listening to coverage of the 3A State Championship. Brought to you by the Erie Tiger Network. Now off to the Air Force Academy.
And welcome in live here back. I hope you joined us earlier for our pregame show, but we're happy to now bring you our game stream live. We actually have the national anthem about to go on the field, so we are going to see if we can't get the audio from our field mic for that here for just a moment. You hear the national anthem, you can hear the fans. They are excited down on the field. Lots of fans here for this 3A matchup here between these two teams. And Alex, we've talked already, we had a whole pregame, so we broke this down from about every angle imaginable. But now it's game time. Now all the pregame nerves. You wanna go out a champion, both these teams do, but how do you handle the nerves in a moment like this?
You know, to handle the nerves in this big of a stage and this big of a game, you're going to have to really just kind of treat it like it's a normal game. Just think that you're going out, oh, you know, it's just a game at home. We're playing a really good team, but we're going to give it our all, and we're going to try our best, and hopefully we can come away being champions.
Well, thank you so much for tuning in. Some of you are still wondering why there's no video on this. We don't own the TV rights. That's via the NFHS. You could check out the Erie Tiger Network Facebook page. We posted directions about how to watch this game. Of course, we encourage you to turn it down and listen to your hometown Erie Tigers call this game. And so there was a coin toss down there on the field as the captains meet, trying to get a look to see who's going to win the toss here. As it looks like Erie, who, by the way, is wearing their white uniforms with the orange helmets and orange pants, and they still haven't quite flipped it yet. Palmer Ridge, they're in all dark blue here with even the blue helmets. The Bears, they are very close to this stadium, only about 10-15 minutes north of here in Monument, Colorado. So this is kind of their hometown big stadium that they could host the game at. They could actually not host it at Don Breezy Stadium there by Lewis Palmer High School. There was thought that this game might be hosted at Echo Park in Parker. And Troy Calhoun, his son, plays for Palmer Ridge. He's the head coach for the Air Force Academy. They were able to work something out, and here we are today as it looks like Erie will be defending the north end zone. That'll mean they'll be going left to right here on your radio dial. And I believe Erie, I don't know, TJ, if you were able to catch that or not, if they are receiving or kicking. The referee did not give us a very strong signal, but we'll let you know here in a second. Coaches, they've prepared for this one, and Erie will be receiving the football here, and they'll be heading left to right. And, well, I can't even imagine how nervous the players are. I know we talked about that. We are all nervous up here in the broadcast booth.
You know, yeah, this is the first time that I myself and many people here have been a part of a state run like we've had this year, and this is just incredible. Here we are in beautiful Colorado Springs and playing the Air Force Academy Stadium, and we're about to kick off this state championship game against Palmer Ridge.
By the way, there are still a ton of fans in line at the ticket box. I feel bad for them. This game's about to kick off. I mean, that line is way long. There's still a long line of cars trying to come into the parking lot. So hopefully they can tune in and at least listen to us a little bit here. So Noah Roper back deep to receive the kickoff here for the Tigers, as Palmer Ridge still hasn't quite come out, but the Tigers already in their kick formation here at Falcon Stadium. All the fans have been put onto this west side of the stadium. If you've never been to the Air Force Academy, it sits right in the side of the foothills. An absolutely gorgeous setting, an absolutely gorgeous day. The wind blowing a little bit to the north. At least that's what we see from the flag down there behind the goalpost. The goalpost flag's even kind of blowing, and so Erie will be going into the wind here in this first quarter. And we are already here. Palmer Ridge set for the kickoff. And the fans, we can hear them all the way up in the press box behind the glass. This one is high, and that one will go out the back of the end zone. How about that for being hyped up for the Palmer Ridge kicker? So the Tigers will come out on the field first. Noah Roper, Jacob Mansdorfer, Dion Lucero. Kind of a three-headed rushing attack, and what it's become here for the Tigers in the playoffs. It's been so good all season long. Noah Roper, 2,537 yards. The Tigers have rushed for 3,300 yards as a team and averaged almost 7 carries. And they will come out here. It looks like Dion Lucero. Now, we are way up here, so we are going to have some trouble probably with numbers and names here today. TJ will be our spotter as best he can be. Hand off to Noah right side. Decent little hole. He'll get spun to the turf. A pickup of about 3.5 on first down as that brings it up near the 24.
You know, I actually like what the Tigers do on the first play of the game. I think one of their keys to winning this game actually is going to be getting Noah Roper involved and getting him active as early as possible because he is a huge part of this team.
2nd and 6 now for the Tigers. Lucero in the pistol. He's looking to his left. 2 wide receivers. Ball spotted at the 24. Now Lucero will walk over toward the bench, trying to listen into the coaches. Lucero will come check the play at the line of scrimmage. Tigers will motion, 2 men across the line of scrimmage. Now heavy set to the wide side of the field. Lucero takes a high snap, hands it off Roper, and he is right into the teeth of that Palmer Ridge defense. Gets a couple yards. They will actually spot him out to the 26, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 4 here for the Tigers.
The Palmer Ridge defensive line got some excellent penetration right there. You know, they stuffed Noah Roper right in the middle, and he couldn't move. Kind of leaves a 3rd and mid for the Tigers right here.
Yeah, 3rd and manageable for this Tiger team. Of course, lightning can strike pretty quick. Now Tigers coming out, trips left, and 1 wide receiver to the right. So don't see this often. Lucero checking in with Coach Cooper on the sideline. 3rd and 4 from the 26. Ball spotted between the hashes. They'll shift Roper to the left side. Palmer Ridge showing blitz. It's a little quarterback draw on the right side. Lucero's going to be gobbled up as he gets maybe back to the line of scrimmage. And it'll be 4th and 4 here on the Tigers' first possession.
I think Palmer Ridge right here made a really big defensive stand. They came out first possession of the game. You know, the first play was Noah Roper for a decent gain, but they stuffed the Tigers here for the next 2 plays, and now are forcing a punt.
So Tigers will line up in their punt formation, punting into the wind here at Falcon Stadium. Julian Costine, they're back to punt here for Erie. Good snap, pressure's coming, does get the punt away. This one spiraling and will be fair caught at the Palmer Ridge 44, and that is where Palmer Ridge will take over for their first time today. The Bears, as we said, 13-0 under Coach Tom Pulford, and we will get our first look here at Ty Evans. He decommitted this week to the University of Arkansas. Coach Bielema was fired, and he decided to open up his recruitment. You always kind of wonder, high school kid in the middle of recruiting, what kind of distraction that is. I don't think we'll see any today. I think every player locked into this game. Our field mic coming on there. You can hear that as it pings in. Ty Evans will come up to the line of scrimmage, 3 wide to the right, 1 to the near side. Evans, he'll drop back to pass. Fires down the seam, wide open, and it's a touchdown on the first play of the game. A strike of 46 yards, and not a great start there for Erie.
No, that play was really just kind of I don't know. That was just not a good play for Erie. You know, the first play of the game, you do not want to give up a touchdown, and one of the things I said that they had to do to win this game is not give Ty Evans the chance to burn him deep, and that, you know, that's what they did on the first play here.
Well, one thing Erie's now in their comfort zone. They're behind here early in a playoff game, which they have been every single game in this playoff. So they're right where they're used to being.
Yeah, no stranger right here for Erie being down. Even though, as they make the extra point, even though Erie's down here, I don't think this is just going to phase them at all. I think they can come right back out and go down the field.
So 7-0, Palmer Ridge on top. We're going to catch our breath real quick here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Cooper Electric is an A+ rated accredited business of the Better Business Bureau, serving the Denver-Boulder area and a member of the Erie Chamber of Commerce. They handle everything from lighting design to dedicated circuitry throughout your whole home. Let Cooper Electric handle all of your electrical needs.
We would like to say a huge thank you to our sponsors that have helped make this stream possible. Thank you again to the Mathis family, Ron Cardenas, Ruben Portillo, and the Rees family for their contributions this amazing postseason. On behalf of the Erie community, thank you.
And welcome back in here, 7-0 early. The Bears on top of the Tigers, 9:43 left in the first quarter. We'll see another kickoff here as the Tigers, they go 3 and out and then give up a touchdown on the first play of the game, as this one will sail end over end and out the back of the end zone once again. Well, now you just got to go out and play.
Yeah, that play right there where Palmer Ridge scored was kind of demoralizing for Erie. They get the ball, they're all hyped up, and it's a 3 and out and then an immediate touchdown. What they got to do to get back in the game, I think, is have a long kind of methodical drive down the field. And if they can do that and just give themselves something to look forward to, they'll be fine.
Yeah, you'd like to see the Tigers get their first down. That always kind of gets you in the rhythm and relaxes you a little bit. Tigers will come out here, ball spotted in the middle of the field at the 20. 2 tight ends, 2 wide, and Noah Roper in the backfield with Lucero. It's going to be a draw, and that's actually Mansdorfer, I beg your pardon. He will take it straight over the left side and pick up 1 yard before he's finally brought down. And so that'll bring up 2nd and 9 at their own 21.
Palmer Ridge taking over where they left off from last drive, really just shutting down the interior, the defensive line, and not letting Mansdorfer get anything on that running play.
Tigers running in some subs here. They'll now go 3 wide, 2 to the near side, 1 to the far side. Ball spotted at the 21. This time Roper, in fact, now 4 wide. Roper the lone back right now for the Tigers. They'll check in with the sideline. Coach Cooper signaling in some plays here. 2nd and 9. Roper's going to check the play here at the line, and we have either some movement or a delay of game. Let's see if we can hear our official. And it is a delay of game. Our field mic kind of going in and out, as we'll see if we can't get Will Rathy to kind of point that mic at us while he's down there on the field. But now the Tigers behind the sticks at 2nd and 14.
Yeah, this penalty, it kind of shows that these guys are a little nervous out here,
Roper takes the snap. He's going to run it on a counter, bounces off of the back of one of his own players, and then picks up 2, maybe 3 yards. And that's going to set up a 3rd and 11 here at the about 18.5-yard line.
The Tigers, it would be huge for them right here if they could convert this for 3rd down, but Palmer Ridge is not making it easy, with the delay game penalty and the 2 stuffs essentially in the middle, giving them a tough 3rd and long.
Yeah, Tigers haven't found much room on the ground here so far. Lucero in the shotgun. Ball spot at the far hash of the 18. Play action. They're going to run a screen, and that was well diagnosed. And a flag coming in. I think we might see actually a pass interference, but that was behind the line of scrimmage. That was right at the line. We'll see if we can take a look. Man, we are way up here, Alex.
Yeah, it's kind of tough to see some of these players. I can't really make out who exactly that was going to. I think it was Roper, but yeah.
They're kind of pointing in the direction here of Palmer Ridge. Let's see. And they're going to call an eligible man downfield on Erie. So 2 3-and-outs, a couple penalties. Not the start you'd like to see if you're Coach Cooper.
No, not at all. Like I said before, it seems like Erie's a little nervous out there. They haven't done anything downfield, only a few runs and a screen pass, and their defense, you know, they got burnt in the first play. It's not looking too good so far.
So now Julian Castine will punt it here for the Tigers. He's standing at his own 4. That punt is up and away, a low wobbler. That's going to bounce at the Palmer Ridge 44 and roll all the way, or excuse me, the Tiger 44 all the way down to the Palmer Ridge 43. So Tigers down a touchdown, 2 3-and-outs, and Palmer Ridge will come back out on the field after scoring a 56-yard touchdown on their first play of the game.
Yeah, you know, it's kind of similar field position here as they actually did mark it at the 44 of Palmer Ridge. But, you know, Erie, they really need to stop here if they want to build their morale and stay in this game.
Ball spotted here at the near hash. By the way, that's the yellow hashes. If you happen to be watching on FHS, there's a drop snap. Evans will pick it up, and he's buried in the backfield. And the Tigers get a much-needed big defensive play, a loss of 3, almost 4 yards on the play as Evans turned to hand it off from the shotgun position and just dropped the football.
He did drop the football, and it was good awareness by Evans to pick that ball up. But luckily, 54 Nathan Hackney sacked him in the backfield, and a big loss for Palmer Ridge.
So now 2nd and 14 here from their own 40 is Palmer Ridge. 3 wide to the near side, 1 to the far side. Evans in the shotgun. He's going to give it on the draw, and the Tigers diagnose pretty well, and roll gets dropped a yard short of the original line of scrimmage, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 here for Palmer Ridge.
You know, this drive so far has been really good for Erie. They, you know, the unfortunate mistake by Palmer Ridge really set them back a little, and they didn't give up too much on that run. Let's see if they can hold them here on 3rd and long.
So 3rd and long here. Big test for this Tiger defense. Trips to the far side of the field. Ball spotted at the 43. Evans gets the high snap. He'll drop back to pass. Looking downfield. He's being flushed from the pocket. Eludes one man. Throws it as he's hit. Completes the pass across the 50 down to the Tiger 40. And a first down for Palmer Ridge. It was good pressure, but Evans kept his head downfield, found the open man, and got the first down.
Wow, that was an incredible athletic play by Evans right there. He escaped pressure from Hackney in the backfield and actually, like you said, got hit as he was throwing to find, I believe it was Rule, for a big first down.
Now empty backfield. Palmer Ridge going quick. Evans, he's going to throw it to the back out of the backfield. Completes the pass across the 40 down to the 35, and they'll mark him down at the 34. A pickup of 8 yards on first down for Palmer Ridge, and they're trying to put their foot on the gas pedal. They're going real quick here, hurry-up offense as they're back on the line of scrimmage. Ball spot at the far hash at the 34 in Tiger territory. 4 wide. Evans takes the snap, hands it off up the middle, bounces it to the outside. Across the 30 is Roll. I think it's Roll. All the way down to the 29.
Yeah, not really sure how to pronounce it, but, you know, they really, and here they come again. No huddle offense, really catching the Tigers off guard.
Evans again in the shotgun from the 29, 1st and 10, looking to his left, stepping up. He's going to fire to his right, has the man on the slant across the 15, big hit, but he's pinballed down to the turf at the 12-yard line. And another first down as Palmer Ridge continues to get big chunks of yardage here on offense.
Yeah, they're really just rolling after that big 3rd down conversion. They're going no huddle, doing quick passes, and just really good blocking as well.
Only 1 wide out now, tight formation here for the Bears. Handoff right side on a counter. Roll has it over the 10, breaks a tackle, and he's in to the end zone. And it's a 2-score lead here for Palmer Ridge to start this one. And, well, we said it's similar to the 1997 team, and now it's going to have to be exactly the same if the Tigers want to win as they find themselves down in a 2-touchdown hole.
Yeah, a very similar situation, almost the exact same, but you know, the Tigers, they've come back through adversity this season, especially during the playoffs. This is nothing really new. They just really need to have a solid offensive drive this drive and not give up any points on the next defensive drive.
All right, and here comes the extra point. I wish I could tell you the number on the back of the player's jersey. Erie almost blocked that one, and it is good. 14-0 here on the broadcast. We are going to step aside here on the Erie Tiger Network.
We would like to say a huge thank you to our sponsors that have helped make this stream possible. Thank you again to the Mathis family, Ron Cardenas, Ruben Portillo, and the Rees family for their contributions this amazing postseason. On behalf of the Erie community, thank you.
Dr. Julian Gilmore has 20 years of teaching experience, primarily as a private voice teacher and performance coach. Julian Gilmore's stage experience includes over 20 leading operatic and musical theater roles for several professional organizations, including Opera Omaha, Central City Opera, and Opera Theater of St. Louis, just to name a few. Thank you, Gilmore Voice Studio.
All right, so a dicey start here for the Tigers as we come back in with 5:55 left to go here in quarter number one, and Palmer Ridge will kick off for the third time this quarter. That's Bowles who's the kicker, and this one will go into the end zone, not quite as deep, but unreturnable as Noah Roper catches it. And, well, Tigers at this point, this is like a must-execute drive for the Tigers.
Yeah, I mean, we know that we've obviously came back from deficits before, but Palmer Ridge is just a new kind of monster. You know, you cannot go down, especially 3 scores down in the first quarter, and still think you have a chance. This really is a mental game for the Tigers right now. Can they pull it within 1 score, and can they keep this game alive?
Palmer Ridge did jump out to a 14-0 lead last week against Palisade, and Palisade did come back and tied up 14, so Tigers hoping they can do the same here. I think that's Lucero in here for the Tigers at quarterback, 2 tight ends and a wing back. Here comes the handoff to Roper on the left side. He has a little bit of daylight, bounces it to the outside, and gets tripped up around the ankles as he was trying to get around the corner and just got dumped. A 1-yard gain for Roper.
Yeah, if he would have broke that loose, I mean, he could have had a really big gain on there, but unfortunate to be tripped up as he tried to hurdle over the defender to only pick up 1, though.
2nd and 9 here for the Tigers. Similar formation, but this time on the far hash, spotted at the 21. Lucero, hard count. Now he'll look into the sideline. Pretty much 9 men, maybe 10 in the box here for Palmer Ridge trying to stop the run. Tigers still going into the wind here. Here goes the handoff to Roper, and no running room there. Gets 1, maybe 2 yards out to the 23, and that's going to bring up another 3rd and long here for the Tigers.
You know, along with this entire first quarter, Palmer Ridge has just been stuffing them, especially in the interior. And, you know, he did have the blocking there, but Palmer Ridge, they just swarmed him as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage.
So 3rd and 7 here for the Tigers. Ball spotted just shy of the 23. Got to get the nose of the football to the 30. Out near the far hash. Tigers going left to right here. Roper, the ball snapper. He's going to take it on the right side, and no running room for the Tigers. Got maybe a yard to the 24, and the 3rd straight 3-and-out here for Erie. And this is just not a sight that we're used to seeing behind this good offensive line and, of course, one of the best running backs in the state.
Absolutely not. You know, Roper, he's really not finding too much right now, and the defensive line of Palmer Ridge is just winning the battles up front. They're really forcing him into tough spots, and, you know, he hasn't really got too much going yet.
Tigers, I think almost more than anything, just need to get to the second quarter, regroup on the sideline. Punts away, almost blocked, spiraling punt, pretty good one. That's going to back up the returner, and a great play for the Tigers as the returner's dumped all the way back at the 36-yard line. And so the Tigers make a nice play there. I think that might have been Zach Reese on the tackle for the Tigers.
Yeah, you know, really good punt coverage by the Tigers right there. Zach Reese with a great tackle to stop Palmer Ridge at their own 36, which is an improvement on field position this far.
Palmer Ridge has pressured those punts, but that was a good one that time by Julian. So here we go, 4 wide, 1st and 10 for Palmer Ridge, 36-yard line, handoff on a counter, and that time, good tackle there by Ian Vera as Tigers getting countered a lot here. Now 2nd and 9. A lot of teams like to do misdirection against a pretty fast Tiger defense.
Yeah, we'll see how it works out for Palmer Ridge today.
2nd and 9 snap, ball between the hashes. Here's the handoff roll, waiting for his blockers to set up, and then Noah Roper comes and swings the ball carrier down after a gain of about 5, maybe 6. That's going to bring up a 3rd and a long 2, 3rd and 3 here.
You know, the Tigers really need this stop here. It's almost desperation mode, which is a little early to say, but, you know, this would be huge for them if they got a stop here.
Tight end, couple tight ends in a wing. Here goes a handoff. Tigers shooting to the backfield and get the stop on 3rd down, and that's going to be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up the first 4th down of the game for Palmer Ridge. Let's see what they do here. Near midfield, they might go for it, and they will. So if the Tigers could get a big stop here, they'd have great field position. Interesting call up, 2 scores. Here goes the handoff on the sweep. And they're not going to get it, and the Tigers force a turnover on down. So a big stand defensively there for the Tigers, and they have good field position at the Palmer Ridge 44.
You know, Brandon, you're absolutely right. The Tigers really needed just a 3-and-out here, and they actually stopped them on 4th down. This field position has been a huge part of this game so far. The Tigers have been backed up in their own territory all day, and Palmer Ridge has got the ball near Tiger territory to start. You know, Erie kind of flipping the field on this play. Let's see what they can do.
So might we see that give the Erie a little bit of momentum here as Erie comes out onto the field, and it looks like it's Roper that's going to be the lone snap receiver. I mean, we've run out of kind of terms. It's kind of a wildcat, but hard to call it a wildcat package when you see it now almost a 1/3 of the snaps. Roper takes a snap, follows his blockers on the left side, has a small hole, still on his feet, twists forward, and that's the best run of the game for Roper, a pickup of 7 yards.
Absolutely. You could kind of see his, grit right there. You know, he was met by Palmer Ridge defenders about 5 yards past the line of scrimmage, but just refused to go down and twisted for a few more.
So now 2nd and 4 here for the Tigers. Ball at the Palmer Ridge 37. 4 wide. Roper again going to take the snap. Hard count. Now he'll check in with the sideline. Might we see Roper ever throw a pass here? Have not seen that from this formation. He'll take the snap, a little counter, cuts it up inside, has enough for a 1st down as he's out across the 35 down to the 33-yard line, and Erie has their first down of the game.
Yeah, that was a really interesting run by Roper. He did the wildcat kind of halfback counter to the left side, and it worked out well for him. You know, they got a 1st down here, a little momentum going on this drive.
Now Roper coming toward the sideline. He's still going to be the snap receiver here. Mansdorfer, Kana, and I think Gilmore split out wide to the right. Mathis to the left. A tight end and an H-back. Now the motion in Gilmore. Another run here for Roper. He's going to cut it back across the green, and he is just held around the ankle as he saw a little bit of daylight, but a decent job up front by the Tigers, and now they're starting to move the line of scrimmage a little bit. 5 yards there on 1st down for Erie, all the way down to the 28.
You know, he was about 1 inch away from possibly getting a really big gain on that play. Just really excellent tackle by the Palmer Ridge defense there.
So 2nd and 5 here for the Tigers. Ball on the 28. This time it is Mansdorfer in the shotgun. No Roper in the backfield with him. Mansdorfer calling for the snap. He's going to run it to the right. Decent-sized hole, and just kind of stayed toward the left side. There was a big hole to the right, and he ended up getting tackled about a yard short there.
Yeah, a little interesting play there. I'm not sure if he didn't see the hole, and they do get the 1st down on this play. Big play for Erie.
All right,
picking up another 1st.
So 1st and 10, 30 seconds left here in the quarter. Ball spotted at the 23. Mansdorfer takes a snap, runs up, hurdles a defender, pinballs down inside the 20 to the 19, and about a 3-yard pickup there on 1st down for the Tigers, and now they're trying to go a little bit quick here.
Red zone offense is going to be a big part in this game. They have to capitalize, especially here, down 14 in the 1st quarter. Actually, it looks like the 1st quarter is about to end right now.
And that will do it in the 1st quarter. So the Tigers, they trail at 14-0, but they are driving here on Palmer Ridge. We're going to take a timeout here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Erie High Yearbook is selling their 80th edition of the annual yearbook. Senior parents can purchase baby ads for their graduating seniors. You can also purchase a yearbook at eriehighyearbook@gmail.com. All purchases must be done by the end of semester. Cherish memories for years to come by buying your yearbook now.
Go Airheads Airsoft Field and Store in Erie gives children, teens, and adults an exhilarating, unforgettable experience in a unique battle zone. Play against your friends and friends-to-be. Even play head-to-head against an army of zombies during our I Am Zombie game. For more information, please be sure to check them online at goairheads.com.
Chiropractors don't treat your symptoms. We treat the cause of your symptoms. On your first visit, we'll review your medical history and examine your vital signs, posture, strength, and reflexes. We'll also perform tests which are designed to give us insight into what may be causing your problem. The doctors at Great Day Chiropractic don't just treat adults. We also treat children of all ages. We're located in historic Old Town Erie at 515 Briggs Street. We're open 5 days a week from Monday through Friday and the second and fourth Saturdays of each month.
And welcome back in here to the Air Force Academy. Second and a long 7 here for the Tigers. It'll be Noah Roper here out of the shotgun. 3 wide to the near side, 1 to the top side. Ball spot near the far hash. Little run play there for Roper. Finds a seam, then backs his way, and I think he has enough for a first down as he's down to the 11. A little 8-yard pickup there for Roper. And much better looking drive from this offense, and we are used to seeing these type of drives from Erie.
Absolutely. You know, that play was a little thing I like to call the Noah Roper vision. As soon as he got in there, he just saw the hole and bursted through immediately.
1st and 10 from the 11. Roper takes the handoff. Right side has a hole, bounces off one tackler, and then smashes it down to the 5. They'll spot him just short of the 5, and so that'll bring up a 2nd and 3 here for the Tigers, and they're trying to go real quick and give Palmer Ridge maybe a taste of their own medicine.
This would be huge for the Tigers. I mean, the momentum from the last 4th and short stop on defense definitely helped, and consistent runs all throughout this drive by Roper and both Mansdorfer. This would be really big.
Erie actually making some late subs here. Roper still the only back in the backfield here for the Tigers. 2 tight ends and a wing back. Snap, Roper on the left side, stretches it, trying to get around the edge, fighting for yards, and he will be brought down at the 4. So Palmer Ridge, good pursuit that time. We know Roper likes to bounce it around the edge, usually the fastest defender, but we're seeing some good speed from this Palmer Ridge defense early in this game.
Yeah, I think they're kind of well acquainted with what Roper can do, and they really want to shut him down and not let him score, especially on the edges, as he's done to so many teams before.
Now Mansdorfer out there, and it will actually still be Roper as Mansdorfer will motion out. So 3rd and 2 here for the Tigers from the 4. Got to get just to the 2, and a timeout here coming from Coach Cooper. And he's trying to pump those guys up down there on the sidelines.
Yeah, and this would be, like I said before, this has got to happen if you want to stay in this game. You know, even if they don't get it on 3rd down, they're so close that they might go for it on 4th down.
And how about that call by Coach Pulford? You had it 4th and 5 in your own territory. Could have punted, kept the pressure on Erie. Instead, they got stopped short, kind of gave a little momentum. Now we've seen a good drive from Erie.
You know, it was definitely an interesting call. Not necessarily necessary to the game as being of 2 touchdowns in the first quarter, but you know, this is the last game of the season. You want to leave it all on the field, and if you're Palmer Ridge, you don't even want to give us a shot at winning. You just want to beat us.
So nose of the football spotted at the near hash. If you're watching, it looks like the balls are spotted outside the hashes. Those are college hashes. High school even a little bit wider. So Noah Roper, the lone carrier in the backfield. Palmer Ridge fans getting loud. 2 wide, split out to the far side. Got to get to the 2. Roper takes it right side, falls blockers, lowers his head, churns toward the 1, toward the goal line. Did he get in? The referee's coming down the goal line, and still no signal. And he's in for the touchdown. Deliberate call there, but the Tigers finally strike here with a Noah Roper 4-yard touchdown run. And that's got to make them feel a little bit better here.
This drive in particular was huge. You know, they got the big stop on 4th down, and they had to come down here and score a touchdown, and look what they did. They are right back in this game, as they are in every single game they played.
Now Julian out to kick the extra point. Furman the holder. They'll spot it at the 10. The snap still waiting for it. A little high. Hold is good. Kick is up, and it is good. 14-7. Tigers trail it here in the 3A state championship. We'll step aside again real quick here on the Erie Tiger Network.
How about having all your insurance needs under one roof? Let State Farm's Jeannie Hulse take care of all your insurance needs. Jeannie has been serving the Erie community for almost 15 years and would like to serve you as well. Give Jeannie a call today at 303-828-4002 or visit online at jeanniehulse.com. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
And welcome back into the Air Force Academy. It's 14-7. Tigers punch right back here on the Erie Tiger Network. And much needed drive there, much needed scores. The Tigers' first 3 possessions, they went 3 and out, got the ball back a short field, drove it down in there and punched it in. A very methodical drive that we are used to seeing from Erie. And now Castine with the wind will tee it up here for the Tigers. And how about all 3 touchdowns, I beg your pardon, being in this end zone. So Castine will kick this one a little bit low, but that is miles through the back of the end zone. And Palmer Ridge will have it 1st and 10 from their own 20.
You know, that was a real solid drive last time by Erie. They got a turnover, and they really just took their time down the Palmer Ridge side of the field and actually took quite a bit of time off the clock as well. They made it out of the first quarter as they desperately needed to, and here we are, second quarter, new beginning.
New beginning, only down a touchdown, but got to get a stop here defensively. We've seen Palmer Ridge try and run it a little bit. Tigers have kind of started to tighten up the run defense a little. Tigers really crowd the line of scrimmage. They'll actually shift out 4 wide, and the Tigers jumping everywhere on a hard count. And Tigers kind of almost looking toward Palmer Ridge like they were drawn off, but 2 Tigers came. I think we'll see an offside here. And it is offside, so that'll make it 1st and 5. And 3 penalties now for Erie. They're definitely the more antsy team here.
Yeah, they are. You know, it took them a little while to get settled on offense. You know, we can see if they can get a stop here on defense. Going to be a little tougher, though, with a short 1st down.
Now here goes the play action. Evans going to roll. He's got a little bit of room looking downfield. Now fires it right before he went out, and it was caught, and they'll say it was caught inbounds.
That was an extremely great play by Evans. I thought he was actually going to run out of bounds or maybe just throw it away, but no, he got a 20-yard pickup.
Yeah, 22 yards all the way up to the 48. Evans now empty backfield looking for the swing pass. He's going to fire it out there. Caught at the 45, across the 50. Stopping, swung down, and just planted at the 42, but that's enough for a 1st down for Palmer Ridge.
Yeah, they are just rolling right now. I think the Tigers might be a little ahead of themselves thinking they're back in the game with that touchdown, but they really just got to focus and stop Palmer Ridge.
1st and 10 here in Tiger territory. Ball spot at the 42. Handoff, and Tigers shooting to the backfield, and good job by Roll carrying 2 Tigers on his back and dragging them for 2 yards down to the 40.
That's been the strength of the Tigers' defense today. Definitely going to be the run defense. But here Palmer Ridge goes no huddle.
Yeah, 5 wide now. Evans takes a snap, looks. He'll fire the quick underneath route, and that's caught and inside the 35 down to the 34. And that'll bring up 3rd and real short here. 4 down territory, so Tigers have to get a couple stops here if they want to get the ball back.
Notice that the Tigers have been playing a lot of zone coverage on passing downs in particular. Not sure if that's hurting them or not, or maybe just the schemes Palmer Ridge has drawn up.
So 3rd and 2 here for the Bears. 3 wide. Now they'll motion a man to the other side of the field. They're going to run the jet sweep like we saw a lot against Longmont, cutting it back across the 30, enough for a first down. And there was a fumble, and Erie has it. Was he down or not? The entire Tiger bench is saying they do, and it's a turnover, and the Tigers have forced a turnover. A little redundant there, but we're excited up here in the booth.
Oh, yeah, that was incredible. You know, Palmer Ridge had an extremely good drive going here. You get the 22-yard pickup on the first play with Ty Evans going out of bounds, and then a few good runs and the jet sweep. But the Tigers force a turnover and are really back in this game now. Let's see what they can do on offense.
Tigers D has been good at creating opportunities, and they create one there on the little jet sweep. Ball popped out. Someone came up with it. We have no idea who all the way up here. Even looking to our spotter, and TJ's like, hey, man, don't ask me. So 1st and 10 now for the Tiger offense at their own 28. 8:36 left here in the second quarter. They trail at 14-7. It's Roper, the lone back again. We have not seen much of Dion Lucero or even Jacob Mansdorfer. And now Mansdorfer will come in and saddle himself next to Roper. And now we're going to see a timeout here from Coach Cooper. And TJ saying there's a penalty. Prior to the flag, a timeout. All right, once again, we'll catch our breath here real quick on the Erie Tiger Network.
Shut up and sit down.
Jen McGurk, an experienced real estate agent serving Erie, Vista Ridge, and the surrounding Denver area. For years, Jen has assisted all types of buyers and sellers with their real estate needs. Give Jen a call today at 303-949-3331 or check out Jen Realty online at jenrealty.com.
Today's free broadcast of your Erie Tigers could not have been made possible without the financial support of many. Erie High School Athletics and the Erie Tiger Network. And welcome back in here. 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Roper, the lone back in the backfield here for Erie. Gotten word that Dion Lucero may be a bit shaken up. Roper's going to stop and pass, has a man, and lays it in there. It's Alex Mathis across the 40, the 35 into Palmer Ridge territory, and he's ridden down at the 30. We said we might see that here, and we did, as Noah Roper just kind of rolled to his left, threw back across the field.
Noah Roper, he is showing us that he can do it all. I was not expecting him to throw a pass unless it was a jump pass today, but here he is surprising us for a huge pickup.
By the way, Noah Roper on the season 3 for 3 for about 150. Now he'll take the direct snap, breaks one tackle, still on his feet, churning the legs down to the 25, and a 5-yard pickup as he was hit right at the line of scrimmage and just wouldn't be brought down.
Excellent athleticism again by Roper. You know, as you said, he was hit by the line of scrimmage and carried people for about 5 yards to make it a really short second or mid-second and down.
2nd and 5 here for Erie. In the backfield this time, I believe, is Mansdorfer with Roper. Palmer Ridge showing blitz. Now Erie's going to check the play at the line. 13 left here on the play clock. Mansdorfer got to hurry and get this play in. 8 seconds left. Time running down here. 2nd and 5. 4 seconds. Mansdorfer checks at the clock. 1, and that's going to be a delay of game. Tigers, I don't know what they were waiting on, but they just would not snap the ball.
Yeah, kind of a mental error there for the Tigers. You know, they had full play clock and a pretty decent play coming off of that, but they just were a little bit confused looking to the sideline and did not snap it.
That negates the 5-yard carry on 1st down, and so now 2nd and 10. So here we go. This time it's Roper, but Mansdorfer is flanking him in the shotgun. Ball spotted right at the 30. Roper rolls to his right. He's looking to pass again. And this time he'll pull it down. He's going to be hit in the backfield and gets maybe a yard. And so Erie's going to be faced with a 3rd and 9 here, as we are seeing. This is the wrinkle. We talked about a wrinkle every week, and this time it's, hey, Noah Roper's just going to throw the ball for us too.
Yeah, I mean, he's back there looking like a quarterback, rolling out to the right, looking for a man downfield, but Palmer Ridge not fooled that time.
3rd and 9. Ball spotted at the far hash at the 29. Roper's got 3 wide, all to the near side, 1 up top. Roper takes the snap, runs the counter, through a hole, still on his feet, and tried to step through a tackle and leans it down to the 25. And that's going to bring up a 4th and 5.
Yeah, it's kind of ironic here. It's a 4th and 5, and they did have that 5-yard penalty. But who knows what could have happened.
Erie's going to go for it here, a little bit outside of field goal range. Roper 3 wide again. See what they do here. Palmer Ridge crowding the line. Now looking to the sideline. 14 left on the play clock. They're checking the line checking the play at the line. Roper still staring in. 7 seconds left on the play clock. Roper takes a snap. He's going to pass it. He's being flushed. He's going to roll back the other way across the field. He's all the way back at the 42. He stops. He's going to fire it toward the end zone. It's caught at the 3, and into the end zone goes Mandorfer, and the Tigers score on a just absolute crazy play. Noah Roper rolling all the way 40 yards across the field, threw it downfield over the outstretched hands of the defender and lays it in there for a Tiger touchdown. There is a penalty on the play, though. It's right where Roper threw the ball, and I think it's going to be a roughing the passer. Oh, my goodness. What a circus play there.
What a play. I mean, he reminded me a little bit of Russell Wilson back there, just running around and finding some open guy miraculously, scoring a touchdown. That was incredible.
So Erie an extra point away from tying this up. And roughing the passer, you can hear the Erie fans loud in our field mic. And so they will enforce the penalty on the kickoff, and the Tigers an extra point away here from tying this game. A crazy 4th down play.
That was incredible, and we've actually seen some of the highlights for our team in the playoffs this year on 4th down. They just kind of get this adrenaline boost and play it magnificently.
So the extra point, where snap is good, hold is good, kick is up, and it is right down the middle. Tigers, they've climbed out of a 14-point hole. They're all tied up at 14 here on the Erie Tiger Network. Today's free broadcast of your Erie Tigers could not have been made possible without the financial support of many. Erie High School Athletics and the Erie Tiger Network would like to thank the Mathis family, Ron Cardenas, Cooper Electric, Ruben Portillo, Lynch Material Handling, Waterworks Irrigation, the Gilmore Voice Studio, and the Reese family for their contributions and support. Thank you, and go Tigers. And welcome back in. We're going to try and check in real quick with our sideline reporter there, Will Rathie. And Will, Tiger fans excited down there.
I think that may be a bit of an understatement.
Will,
tied 14-14 with a ridiculous pass from Noah Roper. The entire Erie coaches and students all just started screaming like maniacs. It was amazing.
All right, well, thank you, Will. We'll check in with you later in the game. That was Will Rathie, our sideline reporter. By the way, the Tigers here will kick off from the Palmer Ridge 45. And I would do an onside. No team ever does it, and they'll just kick it through the end zone. The reason I always think you should kick an onside, worst case scenario, Palmer Ridge has the ball at their own 35, but that's a great opportunity for an onside kick.
You know, yeah, I mean, not many people would actually expect it at all, and it would make sense, you know. Palmer Ridge, as you said, they get the ball with decent field position, but if you get it, you are right back in their territory and looking for another score.
All right, so 5:44 left to go here in the second quarter. We are all knotted at 14 apiece. Brandon Bird, Alex Van Brocklin here with you on this call of this 3A state championship game. So Palmer Ridge will come out 1st and 10 at the 20. Evans in the shotgun. He's flanked with a running back as a tight end and 3 wide. They'll send one of those receivers in motion across the field. That's Robertson. They'll hand it off here on the near side, stretching out, diving head over heels and getting dumped to the turf at the 22, maybe the 23. I think that was Roll.
Yeah, I think it was Roll as well, and that was, I think Eddie Pena, was he the tackler on that? He made an excellent tackle right there to only let him get 2.
Now 2nd and 7 here for Palmer Ridge after the 3-yard pickup. Palmer Ridge slowing down here a little bit. 3 wide, ball spot at the near hash at the 23. Tigers got a little antsy, though. There is play action, a seam pass open on the post across the 40 down to the 42, and a first down here for Palmer Ridge. And we've seen them get some big chunks of yardage here already.
Yeah, you know, Ty Evans, you just really saw that post route in the middle of the field and burn the Erie secondary. You know, I think they were playing zone coverage again. Kind of a misassignment.
1st and 10. Evans takes, hands off, right side. Tigers trying to pursue the ball, cuts it back across the 50, and a 10, 11-yard pickup there on first down for the Bears. Good, patient running that time by the Palmer Ridge ball carrier.
Yeah, I think that was a roll on that carry. Really excellent running back right here. You know, he had almost 1,000 yards this season. He just had a really patient run. Right
1st and 10. Man motions out of the backfield. Evans going to do the little shovel pass, and the Tigers diagnosed that pretty well, but a good gain there on first down, a pickup of about 4 into Tiger territory down to the 44.
Yeah, their playbook is really opening up today. You know, we saw that 4th and 5 going for it. Here they pull out the shovel pass. Really interesting plays called from Palmer Ridge.
Fourth or second quarter, 4:11 left to go. Second down here and about 7. Only a 3-yard pickup. Evans looking. Now he'll fire the deep ball to the far side. Good coverage that time by Alex Mathis as he was blanketing the receiver down the sideline, and then it was just a touch overthrown.
Really fortunate for the Tigers, and really good coverage as well that Ty Evans didn't complete that pass, because that would have put him inside the 10-yard line almost and would have set up 1st and goal.
Now 3rd and 7. We thought we might see Augustin Salas here come back for the Tigers. He's battling with Mono, one of their better defensive backs. Still Pena and Mathis. Handoff left side. Good job by the Tigers. That was Braum that time taking the handoff, and he was stuffed after a gain at, well, a decent-sized pickup of about 3, but that'll be 4th and 4, and Palmer Ridge trying to go real quick. Ball spotted at the Erie 41 toward the far hash, and another chance here for this Tiger defense.
Really gutsy call by Palmer Ridge again here. A little less gutsy than when up 14, but still gutsy.
Trips wide to the near side, and a timeout here called by Coach Mickens and the Tigers with 3:29 left here in the 4th quarter. Or, God, the 2nd quarter on 4th down. It feels like every play feels like the 4th quarter, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Right from the get-go, this has been an extremely exciting game. A little bit nervous for the Tigers, but they've pulled it back right to an even score. So, you know, it's intense. It surely is intense. Even from all the way up here, we feel the intensity.
When we were talking with Coach Gartrell earlier in the week to shoot that documentary, one of the things he mentioned was that calling a game in the playoffs, you live and die on every play. And he said it's not like the regular season. It's so different. Every play, there's such a huge level of intensity, and we can feel that up here, as you said, Alex. All right, so here we go. 4th and 4, 3:29 left in the 2nd quarter. Ball spotted at the 41 in Erie territory. Trips to the far side of the formation. Evans in the shotgun. He'll motion another man out. He'll drop back to pass. Empty backfield. Has a man, and it's batted down, and the Tigers get another stop on 4th down. And so the Tigers defense has 2 stops on 4th down, and they forced a fumble, and that has brought Erie right back into the thick of this game. They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 41.
Huge play for the Erie D. You know, Nathan Hackney jumped up right there and knocked the ball down, and he's been actually giving Ty Evans, if anyone, a little bit of a hassle all day. He's been huge, and Erie right now winning the turnover battle 3-0 with another opportunity to score right before halftime.
Yeah, you talk to coaches, and they'll say, a stop on 4th down, we do count it as a turnover. So 1st and 10 here for the Tigers. And I can't quite tell if that's Mansdorfer or Lucero that has come out in the shotgun with Roper flanking him 4 wide this time for the Tigers. It's read option kept by Mansdorfer. Big hole for Jacob as he leans it down for a pickup of 7 all the way up to the 47. Maybe a pickup of 6 on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Yeah, he really tried to fool the Palmer Ridge defense right there with a little read option, and it worked pretty well. You know, 7 yards on 1st down. Take that all day.
Tigers 4 wide again, 3 to the near side. Another little read option play. Mansdorfer waiting, makes a man miss. Good hesitation, and then he made one man just whiff on him in the backfield and then found a small hole and got 3 yards, and they're close to a first down here, 3rd and 1.
Yeah, I noticed that the Tigers also here still running the ball. I don't think that they want to give Palmer Ridge another shot this half as they do get the ball to start the 3rd quarter.
Mansdorfer checking in with the sideline. Ball spotted near the far hash at the 50. He'll take the direct snap. Coming in was a bear, and he just stuffs Mansdorfer for a yard loss. There were actually 2 bears that just kind of came unblocked. One missed, and the other got Mansdorfer.
You know, the Tigers, that was a really big stop by Palmer Ridge, and now they have a decision, you know, go for it or punt. And it looks like they're sending the punt unit out.
They are sending Julian out there. You can see him. And so the ball spotted at their own 49, 4th and 2. We haven't really seen the Tigers do much trickery from the punt formations this year. Palmer Ridge kind of playing a safety-style punt rush, and it will be punted here. This one a high spiraling punt that's going to hit down at the 2 and will roll into the end zone. Good punt there by Julian, just couldn't get it to check up. And with 1:40 left, still plenty of time for this aerial attack to get down the field. Palmer Ridge will take over. If you are Erie, you really want to get a stop here because Palmer Ridge, as you said, gets the ball to come out to start the second half.
Yeah, you know, it'd be huge for Palmer Ridge if they could try to get a score here and then a score at the beginning of halftime, or the end of halftime. But Erie, they do not want that to happen at all. They want to get a stop here to, you know, give themselves also some momentum going into halftime because just like in '97, they were down 14-0, and if they can hold here, they'll tie it up by the end of the half.
So here comes Ty Evan and the Bears. 1st and 10 from the 20. They'll come out with 4 wide. Check that, make it 5 wide here and an empty backfield for Evans. Evans drops back to pass. Plenty of time. Good protection. He'll fire the out route, and it's juggled and then hauled in enough for a first down across the 30-31. Pickup of 11 on the play.
You know, real good awareness by the receiver right there to just step out of bounds. You know, and here they are with 1:33, only 70 yards to go till the end zone.
Evans again, 4 wide. Ball spotted at the near hash. Evans, he will roll to the far side of the field, looking downfield, waiting, and he will fire it out of bounds. Good job by Evans. No one open downfield and just threw it away.
Yeah, you know, time is of an essence right here, and you definitely don't want to waste any time. So I think it was a good play by him throwing the ball out of bounds.
2nd and 10. Palmer Ridge going real quick, 4 wide, running back in the backfield with Evans. Evans looks, fires, has a man open in the seam, and he dropped it. Man, the Tigers miscommunicated their coverage, and 2 Tigers rolled to the slot receiver late, and that might have been 6 had the ball receiver been able to hold on to that. And I can't quite tell who that was for Palmer Ridge.
Yeah, real fortunate by the Tigers here as Palmer Ridge goes no huddle, but if he didn't drop that, he might have been gone.
3rd and 10. Evans drops back to pass, looks downfield, trying to fire the post. Pretty good pass, and it's going to be a touchdown. Slip past the last tackler for Erie. 10-5 touchdown Palmer Ridge. Erie actually had that well covered, but that was a next-level throw there by Ty Evans.
Yeah, that was a Division I throw right there. He threw a really nice post route, and the receiver just broke a tackle, and the other guy fell down behind him. So, you know, great touchdown from Palmer Ridge right here.
So Palmer Ridge with 1:06 left here in the quarter. Now to kick the extra point, that was Anthony Robertson who scored the touchdown there. Tigers went for the interception with the safety and the linebacker dropping. And that was thrown with great anticipation and accuracy by Evans. Snap good, hold good, kick is up, and it is good. No good. No good. So, well, there's a little break there for the Tigers.
Yeah, that could come up big in the second half. As we've seen some extra point / 2-point conversion miscues over the past few weeks in the Tigers.
That's them kicking into the win. We'll see what Palmer Ridge does here on the kickoff as they have to kick into the win for the first time this game. And, man, the Tigers, they actually covered that pretty well And you can see one thing Palmer Ridge is doing. They're not throwing it on No Roper's half of the field.
Yeah, they have completely stayed away from him. I mean, they might have looked at some film of him dropping back. I mean, last week he had a big interception against Longmont to kind of seal the deal, but they are definitely staying away from him.
So the Tigers trail it 20-14, a minute 6 here left in half number 1, in which Palmer Ridge jumped out to a 14-0 lead. Erie got a huge stop on 4th down. They scored, forced a fumble, scored again, and then the Tigers forced another turnover on downs, and then they just couldn't quite pick up that 1st down on 3rd and short. Gave it back to Palmer Ridge, who went down the field and scored, and that's where we stand right now. We'll have some halftime stats coming up for you. We will take a nice long break, catch our breath here on the Erie Tiger Network, as it's Roper deep here for the Tigers. Roper and I believe Wingfield. Here's a little squibber. This one's going to be picked up at the 22. Zach Rees has it, trying to follow some blockers out at the 30, and then Noah Roper just comes and hits his own man, trying to hit him forward. And so 58 seconds left here. I think there's enough time, but Coach Cooper, in his mind, has got to be thinking about that Durango game.
Yeah, that was a really, really unfortunate mistake against Durango that didn't cost him the game, but did cost him big, as they went into halftime actually losing. But, you know, right here, it's going to be a little tough for the Tigers to get anything here. They got only 58 seconds and 0 timeouts.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a heavy diet here of Noah Roper. By the way, the Bears do have all 3 timeouts. Pistol formation this time for Erie. It's going to be a handoff to Roper, and he is stopped 2 yards in the backfield as Palmer Ridge sold out on the run, and they call a timeout.
Yeah, that's the right call here. You know, if you can get a stop and use all your timeouts, you have another opportunity to score, which would not be good for the Tigers, but good for the Bears.
Well, one thing's for sure, Coach Pulford has shown today that he is extremely aggressive. Calling a timeout here, wants the ball back. Only 51 seconds left. He's gone for it twice on 4th down, actually 3 times on 4th down. And let's see what the Tigers try and do. It's 2nd and 12 at their own 28. And like we said, you had the huge mistake against Durango. I think you're just comfortable with Noah Roper probably just holding on to the football. Only that 1 fumble all year against Meade.
Yeah, you know, this is a really tough spot for the Tigers. If they can get the 1st down, then nothing really to worry about. But, you know, it's 2nd and 12 here. They don't have any timeouts, and Palmer Ridge is going to use their timeouts. They could pass here to try to get the 1st down, but if it's an incompletion, that's going to give Palmer Ridge an extra timeout.
So Tigers will come out in the same formation, the pistol, toward the far hash. They've got 2 wide, a tight end, and a kind of an H-back here for Erie. That's Mathis and Gilmore that are wide. Mansdorfer, he's going to actually run play action, and he fumbles the ball as he's hit, and it's still rolling, picked up by Palmer Ridge inside the 5, and oh my goodness, disaster for the Tigers.
You know, that is not what you want to see from the Tigers right before halftime. He's rolling out trying to, I'm actually not sure what that play was. I'm not sure if he was trying to pass it or not, but he just got walloped and ended up fumbling the ball. Real unfortunate for the Tigers.
Tigers had it tied up at 14, and now once again, Palmer Ridge knocking on the door. 1st and goal from the 4. Evans in the shotgun. This time he's got a couple of tight ends and an H-back and 1 wide out to the far side of the field. Evans takes the snap. Hands off right side, and touchdown for Palmer Ridge. 4-yard touchdown, and the Tigers down by a pair of scores now, and I think we might see Palmer Ridge go for 2.
Yeah, it makes sense to just put them up by an even 14, and we've seen with Coach Tom Pulford that he's extremely aggressive, and it wouldn't surprise me here if they do go for 2.
Yeah, a little surprise there. We didn't see just kind of the Noah Roper direct snap to just kind of try and grind out the half. Now the Tigers will have to come back from 2 scores twice. Here goes the 2-point conversion. Play action. They'll throw the out route overthrown, and so Palmer Ridge only up 26-14. A 12-point lead here with 36 seconds left. And we'll probably see another squib kick here from the Bears.
Yeah, and if you're Erie now, you just got to pretty much get the ball and kneel it. Just go into halftime. You do not want to risk anything else. And flashbacks of Durango are kind of playing in their heads right now.
And the unfortunate thing, as we said, we've seen the Tigers a lot of times get the ball to start the second half. They will have to start on defense today in the second half. So that's going to be maybe the defensive possession of the year.
Yeah, it's going to be huge. You know, this is the last game, so you got to really leave everything on the field. And if the Tigers want to get back into this game, they must give it their all and really get some stops on defense.
So Bulls will tee it up at the 40 here. Roper and don't think that's Wingfield. I think it's Mansdorfer back deep for Erie. Like we said, I kind of expect another squibber here from Palmer Ridge. Bulls will kick this one out of bounds, and so pretty much just kicked it straight out of bounds off the side of the foot. Man, it does tempt you, though. I'll say that much. As a play caller, 36 seconds. You want to get back into this game, but, man, already disaster multiple times now this season before the end of the half.
Yeah. I mean, the Tigers, you know, they really want to try and get something together here, but that kick might be a little intentional, saying, like, we don't think that you're going to go for it, so we're going to give you better field position even if.
So Tigers will come out with Roper out of the shotgun here, 4 wide here at the 35. Roper takes the snap. He's going to keep it himself. Right side, breaks 1 tackle, spins off another man, still on his feet, drives the legs, close to a first down, but still short. 28 seconds left. We might see the Tigers just take it to the locker room. Nope, they're going to go quick here with Roper. 22 seconds left. I say just keep it in number 8's hands.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to fumble here.
Roper fakes the handoff, goes on the right side, has a first down. That will temporarily stop the clock with 11 seconds left. And the Tigers will try and get to the line quickly. The clock will start, and it already has, as the chain's set, 8 seconds left, and that will do it here in the half. So the Tigers, they find themselves down 12 points after coming back and tying it up when they were down 14. They'll need to climb out of another hole, though. We are going to take a timeout here. You're listening to the Erie Tiger
Shut
Network.
up and sit down.
Thanksgiving is digested. It's officially Christmas time.
We're 5130, and we're here to invite you to our winter silent auction and concert. It's free.
Catch us on December 11th at EHS.
Find out more on the choir Facebook.
Go Tiger football!
And welcome back in live. We actually are going to get a quick word from Will Raffy. He's got a Coach Cooper down there on the field. Will?
Hi, Mr. Bird. I'm here with Coach Cooper. It's halftime. The Bears at 26, the Erie Tigers at 14. Coach Cooper, how do you think this game's going so far?
Point towards
on the coaching staff.
Point it. Come on.
Not allow players to get behind us, and so we need to clean some stuff up. So it's going to start on the first series, our defense getting out there and stopping them.
That's good.
Thanks.
All right.
All right. Thank you so much, Will and Coach Cooper, for taking
That was
time.
Coach Cooper.
All right. Thank you, Will. We will take a break now. Thanks to Will for tracking Coach Cooper down. Nice to have that here on the broadcast. We'll take another break here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Cooper Electric is an A-plus rated accredited business of the Better Business Bureau, serving the Denver-Boulder area and a member of the Erie Chamber of Commerce. They handle everything from lighting design to dedicated circuitry throughout your whole home. Let Cooper Electric handle all of your electrical needs.
We would like to say a huge thank you to our sponsors that have helped make this stream possible. Thank you again to the Mathis family, Ron Cardenas, Ruben Portillo, and the Rees family for their contributions this amazing postseason. On behalf of the Erie community, thank you.
Dr. Julian Gilmore has 20 years of teaching experience, primarily as a private voice teacher and performance coach. Julian Gilmore's stage experience includes over 20 leading operatic and musical theater roles for several professional organizations including Opera Omaha, Central City Opera, and Opera Theater of St. Louis, just to name a few. Thank you, Gilmore Voice Studio.
Lynch Material Handling is your one-stop supplier of material handling, shop, and warehouse equipment. While using the highest quality of equipment available, they provide their clientele with professional and pragmatic material handling solutions. Through the course of sound business, practice, and procedure, we maintain profitability while constructing an ethical and trusting relationship with our customers, employees, and the manufacturers we represent. Thanks Lynch Material Handling for supporting ETN.
Waterworks Irrigation and Landscape is owned and managed by Ron Merks, who has over 30 years of experience in the landscape and nursery industry. As a native to Colorado, Ron's expertise lies in knowing what plants will thrive and enhance your outdoor living space. Truly, his expertise is listening to your desires and the vision you have in landscape dreams. Thank you to Waterworks Irrigation and Landscape for sponsoring the Erie Tiger Network.
Erie High Yearbook is selling their 80th edition of the annual yearbook. Senior parents can purchase baby ads for their graduating seniors. You can also purchase a yearbook at eriehighyearbook@gmail.com. All purchases must be done by the end of semester. Cherish memories for years to come by buying your yearbook now.
Halloween has passed on, Thanksgiving is digested, it's officially Christmas time.
We're 5130, and we're here to invite you to our winter silent auction and concert. It's free.
Catch us on December 11th at EHS.
Find out more on the choir Facebook.
Go Tiger Football! Do-do-do-do, do-do-do-da.
Go Airheads Airsoft Field and Store in Erie gives children, teens, and adults an exhilarating, unforgettable experience in a unique battle zone. Play against your friends and friends-to-be. Even play head-to-head against an army of zombies during our I Am Zombie game. For more information, please be sure to check them online at goairheads.com.
Chiropractors don't treat your symptoms. We treat the cause of your symptoms. On your first visit, we'll review your medical history and examine your vital signs, posture, strength, and reflexes. We'll also perform tests which are designed to give us insight into what may be causing your problem. The doctors at Great Day Chiropractic don't just treat adults. We also treat children of all ages.
We're located in historic Old Town Erie at 515 Briggs Street. We're open 5 days a week from Monday through Friday and the second and fourth Saturdays of each month.
How about having all your insurance needs under one roof? Let State Farm's Jeannie Hulse take care of all your insurance needs. Jeannie has been serving the Erie community for almost 15 years and would like to serve you as well. Give Jeannie a call today at 303-828-4002 or visit online at jeanniehulse.com. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Well, Tiger fans, I hope you've had a chance to catch your breath a little bit after an intense first half. Let's take a look at some of the halftime stats here from this one. The Tigers right now in the passing game, 77 yards passing, most of those coming from Noah Roper. He had a 42-yarder, 25-yard touchdown pass on fourth down. That was maybe the craziest play of the season. decent job on the ground, 141 yards rushing, but Noah Roper's been bottled up a little bit, only 6 yards per carry. Mansdorfer actually with 76 yards on the ground for the Tigers. So they've gotten it going a little bit on the ground, 218 yards of total offense, but defensively is where the Tigers have struggled. 250 yards through the air and 24 passes there for Evans, and Evans has not thrown that many incomplete. So doing a good job through the air is Palmer Ridge. Doing a good job on the ground is Palmer Ridge as well. In fact, you look at their stats on the ground, 121 yards rushing. And we're not sure which players have gotten the ball every time. We think Roll might have about 110, but Tigers usually a pretty stout run defense has gotten gashed a little bit here today. 371 total yards of offense in the first half for Palmer Ridge, and that reflects on the scoreboard 26 points. They do have a turnover, though. 1 fumble as they were driving into the Erie territory. They turned it over twice on 4th down. So Erie's gotten a couple big plays defensively, but they turned it over themselves. That one big turnover, man, that looms large right now, Alex, over the Tigers' head.
Yeah, that turnover in particular was just a killer. With Palmer Ridge just scoring a touchdown, and you know that they're going to get the ball to start out the second half, you have to have ball security. And I know that they were in a tough spot because Palmer Ridge had 3 timeouts and they were pressing to get the ball back, but a turnover there is so much worse than just simply punting the ball away. A punt there would have put them back with no timeouts and back maybe to their own 20-yard line. Who knows? But devastating for the Tigers. But as I say that, they are one of the best teams I've ever seen in high school at making second-half adjustments. They are really great at that, and this is going to be a really tall task if they can do that today.
Well, I mean, we've talked about this already almost ad nauseum. The 1997 team, they found themselves down 14. They came back and won. Erie found themselves down 14. Unfortunately, they kind of lost a little bit there toward the end of the half. They now find themselves down 12 at halftime. It's doable, but they have to execute almost perfect from here on out.
Yes, I completely agree. As we've been saying, it's not necessarily the absence of Jaden Lucero back in the background, because the offense has certainly been rolling with Roper and Mansdorfer, with the exception of that one fumble. But the defense, they're just getting killed. They're doing fine in the rushing, but they're just getting killed in the passing. They keep playing zone defense, and Evans is burning them time and time again.
Yeah, Dion Lucero hurt this game, or at least that's what we're hearing, is that Dion Lucero is hurt, and that's their big pass threat here for Erie. I'm looking down at Grayson Blaylock right now, and he's saying, yeah, Dion is hurt. So not sure what the injury is, what the extent. That's a terrible time to happen for the Tigers. And Erie said, we're trying to put this game a little bit then more on the arm of Roper all of a sudden.
Yeah, he did make a simply miraculous play on that 4th down. That was just incredible. And unfortunately, it's one of the only things that's going for Erie right now. The offense is very much rolling. They really picked it up in the second half. And Noah Roper in particular has been very impressive today. But like we said, not only rushing, but also passing the ball.
By the way, we are hearing it is a knee injury for Dion Lucero. Really good crowd here. Here supporting 3A. The designated sections are the lower bowl on the north side of the stadium, and both those pretty full for both teams. We saw a pretty rowdy crowd. This is an outstanding venue, an outstanding place. You look out the press box and you see kind of the plains to the east of us, the hills, and quite the view here.
Yeah, this is absolutely gorgeous here in the press box. We got these really tall windows, so we can really see everything around us. And this stadium is just kind of like surrounded by trees. It's very hidden, which is kind of cool. And you can definitely see a great majority of Colorado Springs from here.
All right, we are going to step aside. We're going to take another timeout as the Tigers, they trail it here at halftime to the Palmer Ridge Bears. You're listening to the Erie Tiger Network.
Do you want a better smile, have a broken bracket, or are you a teenager in need of some braces? Then make your way down to Caraway Orthodontics. They are located in Louisville and Erie. Caraway Orthodontics supports Erie High School and its community. Come in and gain a beautiful smile for children, teens, and adults. They also provide Invisalign. Call this number 303-828-0454 or go to carawayortho.com.
Cooper Electric is an A-plus rated accredited business of the Better Business Bureau, serving the Denver-Boulder area and a member of the Erie Chamber of Commerce. They handle everything from lighting design to dedicated circuitry throughout your whole home. Let Cooper Electric handle all of your electrical needs.
We would like to say a huge thank you to our sponsors that have helped make this stream possible. Thank you again to the Mathis family, Ron Cardenas, Ruben Portillo, and the Rees family for their contributions this amazing postseason. On behalf of the Erie community, thank you. Lynch Material Handling is your one-stop supplier of material handling, shop, and warehouse equipment. While using the highest quality of equipment available, they provide their clientele with professional and pragmatic material handling solutions. Through the course of sound business, practice, and procedure, we maintain profitability while constructing an ethical and trusting relationship with our customers, employees, and the manufacturers we represent. Thanks Lynch Material Handling for supporting ETN.
Waterworks Irrigation and Landscape is owned and managed by Ron Merks, who has over 30 years of experience in the landscape and nursery industry. As a native to Colorado, Ron's expertise lies in knowing what plants will thrive and enhance your outdoor living space. Truly, his expertise is listening to your desires and the vision you have in landscape dreams. Thank you to Waterworks Irrigation and Landscape for sponsoring the Erie Tiger Network.
And welcome back in here to the Erie Tiger Network. Halftime, the clock showing about 2 minutes left. The Tigers have already come out of the locker room. They did not spend much time there in the locker room, as I think they got their marching orders and they're out, and hopefully you see a little more confident team, a team really that needs to execute defensively. We talked about the Erie pass rush. It was decent to start the game. I think one of the factors is the Tigers have not laid a hand on Evans the last several times he's dropped back to pass.
You know, that's pretty accurate. You know, there was the one play in the first quarter where he had the low snap, I believe, and he kind of fumbled it around, and luckily Nathan Hackney was back there to tackle him, but the penetration in the pass game has been a little absent today since around the start of the first quarter.
Yeah, we saw some good pressure early. Ty Evans kind of escaping. I know the Tigers want to control him and keep him in the pocket, but we haven't seen many blitzes. Long time to throw, and, man, give Evans that much time to throw. He's really picked Erie apart.
Yeah. He's been especially working with the post game in the middle of the field. You know, he threw it to his tight end a few times to Robertson, twice for a touchdown. And Robertson, I felt, was going to be a problem in this game for Erie's secondary. And you know, he does average 20 yards per carry or per catch, and he's been a big problem.
Now Palmer Ridge coming out of the locker room with about 53 seconds left here on the clock. Not sure if they're going to put up any extra time like we see in some other games in the playoffs. Both teams coming out of the same tunnel here at Falcon Stadium. And, well, Alex, we've talked about adjustments. Honestly, more than anything at this point, need a little bit of luck, too, at this point of the game.
Yeah, I mean, some people don't really say it's a thing, but I think in football, luck is a surefire thing, you know. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than to be good. But for Erie, I think luck is also going to come into play. I think that they need to really not turn the ball over anymore, and they were pretty good about that until the end of the second half or first half. And what they need to do is pressure Ty Evans some more. This Palmer Ridge offensive line is not letting the defensive line of Erie get any kind of pressure on him. He's just sitting back there like a statue, picking apart the secondary.
Seen a lot of run blitzes from Palmer Ridge, just not much to speak of in the passing game for Erie with Dion Lucero, who's now sidelined. So that's why you're seeing, I think in the game plan, they were planning on having Noah throw it a couple times from that direct snap. That's just not something they've shown on film all year. You knew there was going to be a wrinkle. I saw at practice Noah throw it around a little bit. They've come out, they've done that. but he's not the quarterback. He hasn't been taking reps all season at quarterback, and when you're down 2 scores, a lot of times you have to turn to the air and throw the ball to try and get back in the game. That's not really an option for the Tigers.
No, I mean, because like you said, Lucero had been the quarterback almost all season. He did miss a few games, but Tigers weren't really prepared for this. And, you know, one of the things in the second half is that with the lead, Palmer Ridge is kind of taking the running, or they're attempting to take the running game away because the clock is just constantly going, and you find yourself with less possessions.
Well, both teams kind of starting to gather here. They did put a couple more minutes back on the clock. By the way, fans, you can follow us on Twitter at Erie Tiger Net. You can like the Erie Tiger Network Facebook page. Check us out online. You can see our broadcast schedule at erietiger.network.com. And Alex, first drive of the game for Palmer Ridge. What are you kind of expecting maybe from them?
I'm expecting them to come out guns blazing as they have this entire game. You know, I wouldn't expect anything less from them. Their running game really hasn't been working, but the passing game has been really surefire for them. I think they're going to come out and try to pick Erie apart, but what Erie really needs to do is get a defensive hold. And I kept saying in the first half, it only happened a few times, but a defensive hold would be extremely great for their momentum.
Palmer Ridge huddling up here near the 40s. We said they will get the ball back, and it looks like Erie's going to be kicking with the wind here to start the third quarter. That wind blowing from south to the north here. As we look out, we can see I-25, and we can actually see Pine Creek High School from where we sit. Off in the distance at from where we are, about 1 o'clock. And they lost today in the state championship, by the way, to Pueblo South. And now Pomona and Eagle Crest, I think, either underway or about to be underway. But local team already went down once today. Tigers trying to make it twice, but they have a lot of work in front of them if they want to do that. Alex, whereas we try and burn some time till the teams come out on the field here. If you're Coach Cooper, do you think about an onside kick?
You know, the way that Palmer Ridge's passing game in particular has been playing today, I would rule out an onside kick. You know, it's the safe bet to just kick it away. And I don't know, unless you're Tom Pulford, I mean, he would probably do it here, but I wouldn't expect something like that from the Tigers.
All right, so here we go. Tigers lining up across the 36-yard line. Julian Castine teeing it up here from the 40. And a couple men deep here for Palmer Ridge. As we said, we are so high up in this press box. I don't know how you call this game if you are a Falcon radio announcer without a TV monitor. And we do not have the luxury of that here today. So Castine, he will send this one deep. High end over end, and this will be fielded at the 1. It's dropped, still on the ground, finally picked up, 10, 15-yard line. The Tigers cover it well, and it's down to the 16.
That was a really good start to the half, I think, for Erie on special teams. You know, the excellent kick by Castine landing at the Palmer Ridge 1-yard line, making it a fieldable option for the returner, and he really bobbled it for almost a full second there. And Erie got a good stop. I think they got the ball stopped at the 16-yard line.
By the way, an all student broadcast here with me. We'll kind of talk a little bit more about that here in a second. 1st and 10 here for the Bears. Ball spotted at the 16, right between the hashes. 4 wide, 2 stacked out to each side. Little delay handoff across the 15 up to the 19-yard line goes the ball carrier for Palmer Ridge, and he'll be stopped after a pickup of about 3 there. Palmer Ridge going real quick. They're already on the ball, ready for the next snap. Evans looking. He'll take the shotgun snap. Another little delay. Stretched out, big hole there for the Tigers defense, and first down yardage and then some out across the 25 up close to the 30. They'll actually spot him down at the 28-yard line. So a decent pickup there of about 9 yards on 2nd down for Palmer Ridge.
Palmer Ridge right there, they just found a wide opening on the right side of the field on 2nd down and managed to pick up the first down. Really decent gain.
1st and 10, ball spot at the near hash at their own 28 for Palmer Ridge. Evans looks to the sideline. He's got 3 wide to the right. Now he'll motion a man across the formation to the top of the to the top side of the field. Handoff delayed. Not much room there, and the Tigers, good job bottling that one on an edge run as the ball carrier trying to lean it up. He's just shy of the 30, gain of about 1.5 yards.
Yeah, I think that was great penetration by the Tigers defense right there. And, you know, it was kind of just a real big dog pile at the end there. I think Cameron Marcucci was in there with the stop.
Evans 4 wide here in the formation. Actually 3 wide now, a tight end running back with him, 2nd and 8. He'll run play action, looking, fires down the seam, and it's no! In and out of the hands of Wingfield, who read that well. He skied up for it, had both hands on the football, and just couldn't quite bring it down.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate for the Tigers. That could have been a huge break with an early half interception by Wingfield.
That was actually Nathan Hahn, I apologize.
Nathan Hahn. But, yeah, he kind of just lost track of it.
3rd and 8, big moment here for this Tiger defense. 3 wide, 2 to the top of the formation. Ball spotted at the 30 here at the near hash. 10:46 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Tigers showing blitz. Now they'll motion it back out of the backfield. He's wide open. They're going to throw the post, and it's overthrown, and it's going to be 4th and 8. And Evans, I think, misread that one. Completely uncovered was Colangelo out of the backfield, and actually there was no one about 8-10 yards in front of him. I think he could have easily picked up the first down there.
Yeah, I mean, that could have been a huge play right there for Colangelo. You know, Evans kind of missed him right there. He was wide open. He had 2 defenders around him, but he could have fit that ball in easily, and a really good break for the Tigers, forcing a punt.
Roper and Mansdorfer back to receive the punt. Tigers kind of showing a little bit of a prevent. Plenty of time. This one will be punted right towards Mansdorfer. They don't want anything to do with that. Mansdorfer's going to pick it up off a 3rd bounce, and ooh, that was scary. Roper trying to block for him, and he'll be spotted down at his own 40.
They're showing once again that they don't want to see the ball in Noah Roper's hands. And, you know, when they're playing defense, you know, you can't really stop that. But when Palmer Ridge has the ball, they're not throwing towards Roper, and they're not even punting towards him because they know what he can do in open field.
Well, key number 1 for the Tigers happened. They got the stop. They got the ball back. Now you got to score.
You must score. This is a must-score position. I think if you're on Palmer Ridge's side of the field, if they can pick up this first down, it's 4-down territory as well.
3 wide to the near side. Ball spot at the far hash right at the 40. Roper alone in the shotgun. 14 left on the play clock. He'll check the play at the line of scrimmage. Roper with the H-back in front of him. That's it. He's going to run kind of a little counter on the direct snap, and then still on his feet. Not much room, though, because he just tried to push the pile forward. They'll give him forward progress out to the 43-yard line. Pick up a 3 for Roper on first down.
You know, that was a real good start to the drive, I think. You know, you want to get the ball in number 8's hands as many times as possible.
Same formation here for the Tigers. Ball at the 43. Roper checks with the line of scrimmage. Palmer Ridge playing pretty soft coverage here. I don't think we're going to see any comeback routes. Roper will clap the hand, sends Reese across the formation. He'll take the snap, runs it directly over the right side. Not much of a hole and nowhere to go. And a pickup of about 2, maybe 3 across the 45. And they'll say just shy of the 46. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and a short 5 here for the Tigers.
You know, once again, we saw Palmer Ridge with a really off playing of defense on their coverage. You know, they didn't really expect Noah Roper back there to throw the ball on 2nd down, but game's changed here on 3rd down. We'll see what they can do.
A little surprised Tigers aren't running more read option. That kind of had some success in the first half. Roper on 3rd and 5 at the 45. Got to get to the 50. Checks the play. 6 seconds left on the play clock. He'll take it, runs a really quick snap. Oh, and there was a hole there that appeared, and then a great shoestring tackle lassoing the ball carrier, I think was Dylan Matsey. And that's going to bring up a 4th and 2.
Right there, Roper. He was, like you said, there was a big hole right there on the line of scrimmage, and they're actually going to line up to go for it here. But, you know, he was really close to breaking one through there.
Big play for this Tiger offense. 4th and 2. Palmer Ridge fans on their feet, and Erie's already going to burn a timeout. And that's a big timeout, and what a big decision here. We said this is kind of a must score. I kind of agree. Got to go, got to score here on this drive if you're Erie.
Yeah, it was a good stop to stop Palmer Ridge there on the first possession. But, you know, right here, it's not going to help you if you're just playing an even game with them. You have to be winning the battles like this. This 4th and 2 is absolutely critical into winning this game. If you don't get this, they're going to get the ball back, I mean, basically in your territory.
Your Coach Toof, what do you have in your bag of plays that you feel comfortable with against this Palmer Ridge defense who is, I mean, they're aggressive on offense. What we've seen, a lot of run blitzes. They've tried to blitz some gaps, and it's worked out sometimes. And the Tigers really haven't found that right recipe to gash Palmer Ridge for a very big play. I think the longest gain of the day was that little miracle touchdown pass that Roper threw, and it was only about 23 yards.
Yeah, you know, right here for the Tigers, the run defense from Palmer Ridge has been outstanding. So what they might do here, I'm not sure, but they might do a play action. Noah Roper throwing the ball.
4th and 2. 2 men motion across the formation. Got to get to the 50. Roper takes the snap. He's going to run it. He has the first down across the 50. In fact, gets decent yardage down to the Palmer Ridge 46-yard line. And much needed first down. And Noah Roper looked like he was shot out of a cannon. He just ducked his head, and he was not going to be stopped short.
You don't need play action when you just have number 8 going full force right into the line of scrimmage.
Roper again checking in with the sideline. The lone back there. He'll run it over the right side, and Tigers 4 yards in a cloud of rubber pellets.
Yeah, you know, they are playing on the turf today, so, you know, it's kind of a similar feel for the Tigers. You know, we have turf back at our field after the great flood of 2013, but, you know, it shouldn't be too much different except for the altitude.
There is a flag on the field right toward the end of that run, not toward the line of scrimmage. Personal. And a face mask on Palmer Ridge, so a personal foul, so tack on 15, a fresh set of downs for Erie, and now they're deep in Palmer Ridge territory.
Yeah, they are definitely threatening to score right here, and that penalty, it's a big one, too, on Palmer Ridge. You don't want to be committing that on a 2nd and 5 where you could have stopped the Tigers.
So 1st down and 10 here for the Tigers. Ball will be spotted at the Palmer Ridge 26. 8:08 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Tigers trail at 26-14, but they are driving. 4 wide again here for the Tigers. Tigers trying their best to spread Palmer Ridge out. They're not being that honest, though, in pass defense. Everyone kind of crashing toward the line. Roper stretched out wide, runs over his own player, and then picks up 3 yards on the carry. Roper running with some passion here, but there's just not much running room with no threat of the pass or really even the read option.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen every single play this drive in this half for the Tigers just be Noah Roper by himself in the backfield. And, you know, on a blue moon, he's going to throw the ball, but very predictable offense for the Tigers.
2nd and 7. Roper again, all alone. He's going to roll to his left, stops, and he's swarmed. He tried to run it off the left tackle, and he's tackled for a loss of 2 back to the 25. That'll bring up a 3rd and 9.
You know, and as we've heard, Lucero is hurt. This is really a situation where I think he'd be extremely valuable. You know, the Tiger offense has become one-dimensional at this point. They can only run, you know, with occasional Noah Roper passes. But again, he hasn't taken any reps as starting quarterback.
15 left in the play clock here. 6:46 left in the quarter. This time, Mansdorfer's going to join Roper. Only 5 seconds left. Tigers got to get a snap off here. 2 seconds, and they won't get it. Another delay of game. And, man, the Tigers have had trouble getting in plays this game. And I know that's probably a little bit due to not having normal personnel, but the Tigers, you could tell, got the play in late. And so now instead of 3rd and 9, it's going to be 3rd and 14.
You know, that was just a really kind of a bad mistake by the Tigers. You know, they had a 3rd and long, and now they have a 3rd and longer. And as we kind of near the halfway point in this 3rd quarter, yards and time are becoming a thing of essence.
All right, 3rd and 14. Roper in the shotgun. This time he's flanked. He's going to roll to his right. Looks like he's going to pass. Had a man. He'll throw the comeback route. Pretty good throw, and he got the first down. I think they're going to give forward progress. I think that was Gilmore on the catch or Isaac Kana. It was Isaac Kana, and enough for a first down. And how about quarterback Noah Roper throwing the deep curl route on 3rd and 14, and the Tigers get 15 and pick it up.
You know, I'm simply in disbelief of this right now. He rolled out right and just proved me wrong and threw right on the money, too. You know, that was a great pass to pick up the first down, kind of a little comeback route.
Now Roper, who did play quarterback in his youth. We saw some of those highlights earlier this week. Roper takes it up the middle, breaks the tackle, still on his feet, across the 5, fighting through tacklers, leans it to the end zone. No signal yet. I don't know what we're waiting on. There it is. Touchdown, Tigers. Noah Roper with a 16-yard scamper, and Erie's right back in this one. They're down 6.
This is great, actually, because what this does right here is it gives the Tigers some extreme momentum, and it gets the crowd back in the game. The crowd has been extremely quiet since the end of the second quarter, but, you know, right here it gives them momentum, and if they can get another stop, they're right back in this game.
Castine here to kick the extra point, put the Tigers within 5. You hear our field mic going in and out. We're sorry about that. Wobbly hold. The kick is up, and it is still good. So the Tigers, they're only down 5 now. They're in this. We got a ball game here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Do you want a better smile, have a broken bracket, or are you a teenager in need of some braces? Then make your way down to Caraway Orthodontics. They are located in Louisville and Erie. Caraway Orthodontics supports Erie High School and its community. Come in and gain a beautiful smile for children, teens, and adults. They also provide Invisalign. Call this number, 303-828-0454, or go to carawayortho.com.
And welcome back in, Tiger fans. It's a new ball game here. Tigers get the stop. They score on the first drive. That's what needed to happen. It did happen, and it's 26-21. The Bears lead the Tigers, but man, this game, it's relentless right now. It seems like every play is a game-defining moment.
Yeah, I mean, that last play right there, the touchdown by Roper, was huge. I mean, I'm not going to lie, I was kind of feeling a little down about the
really
game
low kick taken at the 3. A lot of room to run the return. Breaking tackles across the 40, the 50, and finally corralled out of bounds is the returner for Palmer Ridge into Erie territory. I don't know what happened there with Julian. I think he may have mishit that. I never got about 20 feet off the ground and was caught on a dead sprint at about the 4-yard line. And a huge return after a couple missed tackles, and Palmer Ridge will start this drive in Erie territory.
50-yard return. 50-yard return there is huge for Palmer Ridge as they start the ball in Tiger territory.
So Evans will come out here. This time he's got 2 running backs flanking him. That's the first time we've seen that this game. 2 wide to the top of the formation, and a stoppage here. The umpire, I'm not sure what's going on down there administratively. And now they will set the ball ready for play. 5:47 left here in the third quarter. They'll motion one man out of the backfield pre-snap. There goes the handoff to the right side. Tigers set the edge, and they shut it down.
Who else over there but Noah Roper? You know, that was kind of a little draw play going to the right side, and it was just blown up, and Roper managed to make the tackle in the backfield.
I think Augustin Salas also out there for the Tigers. He's been battling mono, so I think he's saying, hey, I've got 1 half of football left this season. Let's make the most of it regardless of how I feel. 2nd and 10 here for Palmer Ridge after the no gain on the first down carry. 2 in the backfield now for the Bears. They'll switch places with the running backs. 3 wide, 2 to the top, 1 to the near side. Now they'll motion another man out of the backfield. Evans drops back, looks, fires the little wheel route to the running back. That's caught, and a fumble, but out of bounds. That's going to be short of the first down. Nate Hackney was in on there, and the Palmer Ridge Bear, he is hurt as he got absolutely just crushed there on the sideline, and it caused the ball to pop loose. And so it'll be 3rd and 2 from the 39.
Yeah, that was a real fortunate play, actually, for Palmer Ridge. You know, they fumbled it, but it went out of bounds. And not good to see a player down.
Yeah, and everyone already on a knee on the sideline. And so we are going to step aside with the injury. You're listening to the Erie Tiger Network.
Like to say a huge thank you to our sponsors that have helped make this stream possible. Thank you again to the Mathis family, Ron Cardenas, Ruben Portillo, and the Rees family for their contributions this amazing postseason. On behalf of the Erie community, thank you.
Dr. Julian Gilmore has 20 years of teaching experience, primarily as a private voice teacher and performance coach. Julian Gilmore's stage experience includes over 20 leading operatic and musical theater roles for several professional organizations, including Opera Omaha, Central City Opera, and Opera Theater of St. Louis, just to name a few. Thank you, Gilmore Voice Studio.
And welcome back in. The player in question for Palmer Ridge did walk out under his own power. 3rd and 2. You can hear the fans for Erie. They're trying to make some noise. Big play here, Evans. He's going to hand it off right side and breaking a tackle, getting across the 30 is the ball carrier here. And I think that's Roll on the carry. And it looked like he might be stopped short, and then he just kind of waited, broke a tackle, and put it up the sideline for about a 7-yard gain or so.
Yeah, you know, like he right there showed some power rushing going to the right side and should have been stopped, but he just refused to go down and got the first down.
Tigers singling up on the outside and showing blitz. There goes the delay. Roll stretches it to the left, and man, he's slippery. A couple of Tigers had their arms on him but couldn't bring him down. And a 4-yard pickup up to the 25, and it'll be 2nd and 6 here for the Bears.
Yeah, the relentless attack of Roll right now is kind of hurting the Tigers. They've been playing good rushing defense all game, but here we are, and they're inside the 25 because they're rushing attack.
Now 2nd and 6. Here goes the little read option. Evans is going to keep it, breaks a tackle, still on his feet, breaks another tackle, and Roper cleans him up, but not till after a first down and a pickup of 7 or so down to the 18. And Palmer Ridge trying to go quick. Evans, first time we've really seen him carry the ball. And they're going quick. Here's Palmer Ridge, deep into Erie territory. 4:09 left here in the 3rd quarter. Evans takes the snap, hands it off on the delay. Roll, plenty of running room, out to the 10, pinballs his way inside down to the 9-yard line is where they will spot him down. That is about a yard, maybe 2 short here of the first down to gain. They got to get down to about the 7.
Yeah, you know, Palmer Ridge a little bit surprising. They're rushing the ball a lot here.
Evans takes it, looks, fires the quick slant. That's caught. Roper tried to make the tackle toward the goal line. They will call him down at the 1. Roper was able to pull the pass catcher. Too much space out there. I mean, Palmer Ridge got 1 man covering 2 guys, and then Roper kind of over the top, and they just threw the quick slant, took what the Tigers gave them.
Yeah, a little bit of a mistake right there with some confusion from Erie. They really didn't have the right guys to cover him.
1st and 10 here. Evans hands it off, and the Tigers get great penetration into the backfield. It was 1st and goal from the 1 and a loss of 3 on the play back to the 4.
Yeah, that was a huge play for the defensive line right there. You know, it would just be devastating to have Palmer Ridge score right here, especially the way that this quarter has gone for Erie. And a really good defensive hold here, 2nd goal.
Erie crowd getting into it. 2nd and goal. Handoff and a whistle coming from the far sideline and a flag. And I don't know what's the call. Let's see, dead ball. False start the call, so that's going to back Palmer Ridge up here outside to the 9. I'll actually give Palmer Ridge's aerial attack a little bit of room.
Yeah, you know, this could be a double-edged sword for Erie right now. You know, It kind of gets rid of the short rushing game like an I formation, although we haven't seen too much of that today, but it really opens up the passing game, and we know how dangerous Ty Evans is.
2nd and goal from the 9. Ball spotted toward the far sideline hash. That's the Tiger sideline. Trips wide to the left, 1 to the right. Here goes the play action. Evans looking, fires, end zone, touchdown. Oh, my. And Noah Roper is going to get called for a targeting as he absolutely destroyed the ball catcher, but he's still able to hold on to it for a Palmer Ridge touchdown.
That was nasty. Wow, that was a really good play by Ty Evans, but Noah Roper just sent him into next week with that hit.
Man, and I just, once again, too much time for Evans back there. Got it out of his hand pretty quick, though, and Roper tried to come over and make a play on the receiver, and he hit him hard.
You know, it's been a struggle today for the Erie pass rush, and Evans, with the exception of about 1 or 2 rollouts, he's been in the pocket just standing there like a statue, and I think they're going for 2 here.
Officials still talking things over in the end zone, and we'll get our call here from the white hat. Thought we were going to get a call. They might have waved off the penalty. Well, let's see. So personal foul, unnecessary roughness. And I can't hear the referee. I don't know what the infraction will cost in terms of Roper. I don't think in this situation he's ejectable, but if it happens again, he will be. Going for 2 is Palmer Ridge. Another quick slant, and that's no good. So the Tigers get another 2-point conversion stop, but they trail by 11. Man, those 3 missed 2-point conversion, or missed extra point, missed 2-point conversions by Palmer Ridge. Might those, well, at least we're hoping as Tiger fans that they will loom large.
Yeah, you know, they have been huge and kind of given this game a little bit of a weird score. You know, Erie with the normal 21, but Palmer Ridge with 32. And it does make it an 11-point game, which is certainly doable. You know, Erie could get the ball and score a field goal and be within 1 possession, assuming they can get a stop. But, you know, it's definitely not over for Erie. But we await Roper's fate.
Well, it's 2:36 left here in the 3rd quarter. Tigers trail it 32-21. You can check out the post-game recap online at ErieTigerTimes.com. Grayson Blaylock here in the booth with us. He will be putting that up. Now, we had a similar situation earlier. The Tigers kicking off from their other 45. Might we see an onside once again? I would, and I think what we've seen from Coach Pulford is he's aggressive.
Yeah, I certainly would as well. You know, last time Noah Roper got the ball in his hands, they went all the way down and scored a touchdown. And, you know, you really, if you're Palmer Ridge, you kind of want to put Erie away at this point. You don't want them coming back because that's what we've been known for doing. So, interesting call. What could happen here?
Let's see. Here goes the kick, and they're just once again going to just send it through the end zone. And so Tigers will have it 1st and 10. And we saw Dion Lucero trying to run around on the sideline. TJ Barksdale, our spotter and social media guy here today. TJ is a freshman. We have Sam Arona here in the box. He's a junior. Alex is a senior with us. Will Rathy down on the field. He is a sophomore, I believe. And so full Tiger crew with you on hand for this 3A state championship game. But the Tigers trail by 11. Still time left, but a crucial drive here for Erie. Roper will come out. All alone in the backfield. He's got a tight end and an H-back and then 3 wide receivers. Looking to the sideline. 9 seconds left on the play clock here. Tigers have adjusted the play at the line a lot. Let's see if they get the snap off here. And Zach Reese moving before the snap. And a false start.
You know, these before the snap penalties have absolutely been killing the Tigers today. They had, I think, 3 delayed games, a few false starts, just really bad.
Yeah, the umpire is the one that called it. Neither linesman, I think, actually saw that Zach Reese kind of took a step toward the line of scrimmage. Well, with how Erie's offense has been conducting, 1st and 15, definitely not ideal. As they have been, as we said, kind of 4-yard little gains here and there. No big runs today by Roper so far. Roper takes the snap. He is met in the backfield, and he is devoured. Gets maybe back to the line of scrimmage. I mean, Palmer Ridge crowding the line of scrimmage. They're just coming full bore right at Roper.
Yeah, they're not giving him any space because it seems like they've been playing extremely consistent in the running game all game. You know, I think the biggest gain on rushing has been like 8 yards this entire game.
Roper again. With the play clock winding down, checking the play again. 2nd and 15. Palmer Ridge showing blitz. Roper rolling to his right, stops, spins, makes a man miss, trying to throw, and he's sacked. Back at the 10, and Roper got up and ran and said he never touched the ground, but the officials spot him back all the way down at the, looks like the 11-yard line, and so that's going to make it 3rd and 19.
Yeah, that was kind of a disastrous play there by the Erie offense. You know, they didn't really block him too well, and he was just met in the backfield.
3rd and 19 here for the Tigers. Have to come up with something wild. Palmer Ridge showing blitz again. They do send the house. Min coming free. There's the throw, and actually had an open guy, but I mean, Roper does not have the footwork of a quarterback, and Roper wanting a roughing the passer, and the Erie fans are upset.
Yeah, I mean, he has reason to be upset on that call. He was kind of pancaked after he threw the ball, but, you know, no call from the officials, and here we are, Erie punting.
1:13 left in the 3rd. Tigers trail it 32-21, and now they'll be punting from their own end zone. Castine standing 5 yards back in the end zone. The returner for Palmer Ridge standing at the Erie 46, and it's blocked. And that is going to be fell on top of by a Palmer Ridge Bear, and a touchdown for Palmer Ridge. And this game has now been blown wide open, and you could kind of feel the pressure on the punts. All day they've gotten close, and that time they get to him.
Yeah, I mean, right there, I kind of had a feeling, you know, with Castine only 5 yards in the end zone, and Palmer Ridge really bringing the heat on that play. Only 3 guys to block for him, and you know, really unfortunate for the Tigers.
And Palmer Ridge, once again, will go for 2 here. 38-21, a 17-point lead now, 3 possessions for the Bears. And so Erie with no passing game to speak of. I mean, Alex Mathis was open, and Roper tried to fire it, but the heavy pressure just was not picked up. You're not used to pass blocking. It's tough. They will actually kick the extra point, and that one is good. An 18-point game. Tigers trail it 39-21. We'll see if they can mount any kind of a miracle comeback. You're watching the Erie Tiger Network.
Erie High Yearbook is selling their 80th edition of the annual yearbook. Senior parents can purchase baby ads for their graduating seniors. You can also purchase a yearbook at eriehighyearbook@gmail.com. All purchases must be done by the end of semester. Cherish memories for years to come by buying your yearbook now.
Waterworks Irrigation and Landscape is owned and managed by Ron Merks, who has over 30 years of experience in the landscape and nursery industry. As a native to Colorado, Ron's expertise lies in knowing what plants will thrive and enhance your outdoor living space. Truly, his expertise is listening to your desires and the vision you have in landscape dreams. Thank you to Waterworks Irrigation and Landscape for sponsoring the Erie Tiger Network.
And welcome back in Erie Tiger Network. Well, it's do or die time for the Tigers. It feels like we've said that a lot this game, but you've given up 39 points here to Palmer Ridge, and Erie has got to find a way to score and score quick. They'll take the punt. That's Salas all the way back inside the 20. It was a little poocher, and he gets maybe a 5-yard return out to the 22. And maybe could have taken a chance that went out. That did check up and looked like it was going to stay in play. And you just got to go get that.
Yeah, you know, it did have a chance to stay in play, although it was near the sideline. Honestly, I think that's the right call, trying to pick it up, maybe make a big play, because it is becoming a dire situation for Erie right now.
So they'll start this drive on their own 22. Ball spotted at the near hash, and they got to come up with some magic here. Just a minute left here in the third quarter. And let's see what formation they run out into here. Roper's still going to be in shotgun, I think, alone here. They're trying to spread Palmer Ridge out. There just has not been much running room. Palmer Ridge's defense has really stood the test today. Roper's going to throw. He's going to throw a deep one. This is a wobbler, and it's going to fall 15 yards short of Mathis as Roper hits the turf. And a late flag coming in, and I think it's going to be on Palmer Ridge, a personal foul.
That is a break that Erie needs right there, although he was being heavily rushed and pressured and actually fell down in the process. But, you know, let's see what this flag could be.
Yeah, Roper throwing off his back foot. Just, you know, it doesn't get a lot of reps at quarterback. Doesn't have that quarterback footwork, that's for sure. Athletic enough to make some good plays happen. You almost like to see him just, you know what, roll every time. And there is a personal foul on Palmer Ridge and an automatic first down. And I think a 15-yard penalty here. That came well after the pass landed.
You know, it's kind of redemption here because there was the last drive where he felt like there was a roughing the passer, but nothing was called. So, you know, here they get it.
53 seconds left here in the third. A must-score drive here for the Tigers, and if they're not able to score, it's going to be a fun fourth quarter for Palmer Ridge. 3 wide in the formation. Now the ball moved all the way up to their own 37 here for Erie. Roper checks in with the sideline. Takes the direct snap, right side, and once again, just not much room. Does kind of lean forward for a pickup of 3. And that'll bring up 2nd and 7.
You know, for Erie here, I mean, I think they're just kind of going at a normal speed right here, but you kind of got to pick up the pace if you know that you're down by so much with only a quarter to go.
2nd and 7, Roper again, all alone, no running room, stopped right at the line of scrimmage. And I mean, the line just isn't getting enough push. And I think part of that is Palmer Ridge, literally every play, they are just sending guys, trying to get penetration into the backfield.
Yeah, I think right there, number 8 on Erie ran into number 8 on Palmer Ridge, that being Zach Hester with 19.5 sacks coming into this game. You know, he's a real big guy, and he just stopped Roper in his foot.
Well, that's the final play of the third quarter. The Tigers trail at 39-21. It'll be 3rd and 7 when we come back after the timeout.
Erie High Yearbook is selling their 80th edition of the annual yearbook. Senior parents can purchase baby ads for their graduating seniors. You can also purchase a yearbook at eriehighyearbook@gmail.com. All purchases must be done by the end of semester. Cherish memories for years to come by buying your yearbook now.
Lynch Material Handling is your one-stop supplier of material handling, shop, and warehouse equipment. While using the highest quality of equipment available, they provide their clientele with professional and pragmatic material handling solutions. Through the course of sound business, practice, and procedure, we maintain profitability while constructing an ethical and trusting relationship with our customers, employees, and the manufacturers we represent. Thanks Lynch Material Handling for supporting ETN.
And we'll come back in here. So 3rd and 7. Tigers will now be heading kind of into the wind here. And ball spotted right at their own 40. Got to get to the 47. Roper alone in the backfield here for Erie. He'll take the snap. Here comes the heavy pressure. He's rolling to his right, eludes 2 men, still on his feet. Still on his feet. Horse collared, still on his feet. And he'll be dropped for a 1-yard loss. Almost got horse collared anyways. It was kind of tugged from behind. Roper, that's about the most space he's had all day, but just, I mean, no time whatsoever. He snapped the ball. He immediately had pressure in his face, and the Tigers are going to send out their punt team.
Yeah, I mean, really kind of an unfortunate play there. You know, the offensive line was kind of just standing around. I mean, Palmer Ridge came out, and it looks like they had a 1-second leap on him, but they really didn't, and Roper was running immediately when the play started.
Well, we knew this Palmer Ridge team was excellent, and Erie was going to have to be solid, but thought this game would be a little closer than we're seeing right now. Punt is away. That's a low bouncer that hit at the 35 for Palmer Ridge, rolls all the way down, takes a good Tiger bounce down to the 25, and that's where the Bears will start their first drive of the quarter. And now kind of just run out time. Erie is down 3 possessions.
You know, I was kind of expecting Palmer Ridge to come out in the second half and really kind of pass the ball like they were, but they've been running the ball a lot this half, and they have even more reason to do so now, you know, up big with not a lot of time left.
You'd almost, if I'm Coach Toof, who's been solid all year, I'd like to almost see Noah Roper get it, roll to his right, and throw a screen all the way back to his left, because Palmer Ridge is just teeing off that hard. 1st and 10 here for the Bears. Ball at the 25, handoff, right side roll, cuts back, and he's across the 30 to the 30, well, really the 30.5-yard line. Good pickup on 1st down, pickup of 6. That'll bring up a 2nd and 4.
Yeah, you know, that was a good pickup. You know, 6 is really good. So, you know, but the Tigers got to get a stop here if they have any chance of really coming back in this game.
Now 2nd and 4 here for the Bears. Taking their time, 15 left on the play clock, 10.5 minutes left. Tigers with 8 in the box here. 3 wide. Evans is going to hand it off. Roll, stretches it, and he'll be real close, but I think just shy of a 1st down to the 39. That'll bring up a 3rd and 1. Excuse me, at the 34. This time Palmer Ridge trying to get in their formation quickly here. Wants to catch Erie off guard for a 1st down. Another handoff, and Roll has got it. Breaks a tackle, still on his feet, and fighting for yards to the 40, where he's finally wrestled down on the play by August and Celeste. So 1st down here for the Bears, and now under 10 minutes.
Yeah, this clock is really becoming a factor, as we know. You know, Palmer Ridge really just milking it here, only doing run plays, and they're really making the Erie Tiger defense work too.
1st and 10 here. Another little delayed handoff. Tigers that time shooting to the backfield, and Roll, I think, gets maybe back to the original line of scrimmage. A loss of about a half yard there. Well, first state championship game appearance for Palmer Ridge, and it's been good for them so far. 2nd and 10. Ball at the 40. Evans checks the play at the line. Gilmore was showing blitz. Now he will blitz, but all day to throw, and just a little out pattern up the sideline, and 12 yards and a 1st down here for Palmer Ridge.
Yeah, I mean, Palmer Ridge has really shown us today why Ty Evans is so highly thought of, especially in 3A, and really what he's been doing is just picking apart the Erie secondary all day. You know, and he's been just standing back there sometimes 3, 4, 5 seconds to do whatever he wants.
Now 1st and 10 here for Palmer Ridge. 9 minutes to play in this game. Tigers, they're going to bring the house. Here goes the little read option. Evans keeps it himself. And a flag in the backfield at the 50. I think we're going to see a hold here on Palmer Ridge. One of the few times they've been penalized today. See if we can hear. So it was a hold, and it's a penalty from the spot here. That'll back Palmer Ridge all the way to their own 40. So it's real far to get here. It's going to be 1st down and 22 for the Bears. Got to get a stop here, obviously. Your only hope is to basically play perfect the rest of the game, and even then, time not a friend of the Tigers.
Oh, absolutely not. With under 9 minutes remaining here, a turnover would be huge here for the Tigers. But what they have to do is they have to get stops quickly, and then they have to score quickly. And that is the only chance I can see them having.
Another penalty on Palmer Ridge. Somebody saying something down there, and that's going to back Palmer Ridge up another 15 yards all the way to their own 25 where they started this drive.
This is a real interesting thing right here. You know, they have a few penalties both on 1st down, and they have 1st and a mile, it seems.
So 1st and 37, that's what the scoreboard is showing us. Evans sends it back out of the backfield. They'll still hand it off. Big hole across the 30, 35, still on his feet is rolling. He's hit from behind all the way up to the 44. Big pickup there of 19 yards on 1st and 37, and that's going to help make this down a distance a little more manageable.
Yeah, Palmer Ridge, I mean, doing what they've been doing lately and just running the ball, running some clock off, and they found a really big hole in the Erie secondary and made it to the next level.
2nd and 18 now for the Bears. Clock down, nearing 8 minutes to play. Evans in the shotgun. 3 wide in the formation. They'll send a receiver in motion. They'll run a little off-tackle run. Still on his feet is rolling. Finally brought down from behind. And one of the Tigers got spun around, started running the wrong way after he slipped off the tackle. Not sure what happened there. Now 3rd and about 13 from their own 49 is Palmer Ridge. And if Erie does get the ball back, they won't get it back now till under 7 minutes, and they do not have a lightning offense.
Yeah, I mean, especially with Lucero and the passing game essentially being non-existent anymore, except in emergency situations. This is going to be really tough for Erie.
Evans motions a man out. It's 5 wide now. Drops back to pass. They're going to throw the screen. It was set up fairly well, but a good job reading it that time was Ian Vera. And that's actually going to be a pickup of only 3, so it'll be 4th and 10 here for Palmer Ridge, and they're going to send out the punt unit.
You know what Coach Cooper could do right here, it's a little late at this point, but he could call a timeout and try to preserve some time on the clock, but it looks like they're just going to let this roll.
How you score if you're Erie, you're thinking about an onside kick literally every time.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I can think of is the passing game. I mean, Roper, his mechanics have been good today. You know, his footwork's a little iffy, but his arm has been fairly good. It's just the problem is he doesn't have any protection back there.
That snap was a really high snap, and it was a beautiful catch by the punter, who actually had to take a step to his left, reach back, and snow-coned it, and that would have been a disaster. A disaster averted, and a punt that's fielded by Roper at the 16, and so Erie will start 1st and 10. 6:26 left. You're down 3 scores. And so if you do score, you got to score quickly here if you're Erie.
Yeah, absolutely no fooling around here. You can't be – I I mean, the only way I can see him getting his touchdown is if Roper can get a big play, but that Palmer Ridge defensive line has just been stout today, standing their ground and not letting Roper get anywhere.
Mansdorfer will come out this time with Roper in the shotgun. But it'll be Roper that will take the snap. Blitz coming. Roper's going to roll, looking downfield. He's going to throw it back across his body into a dangerous spot and miss Jaden Gilmore. I actually thought Roper had room to run for about the first time all half. And instead he tried to throw it on a dead sprint back across his body, and that was dangerous.
It was extremely dangerous, and a little fortunate that Palmer Ridge wasn't there to pick off the ball, because that could have been one of the easiest interceptions of one of their lives.
2nd and 10 here. Ball spotted near the far hash at the 16. Roper in the shotgun. Takes it. He'll run read option, and he is... Somebody emerged through. I thought Roper was dropped 4 yards back, and then I think he just spurted through a hole and ended up picking 4 yards. I honestly didn't see him elude anyone in the backfield, or was that Mansdorfer on the carry?
I think it was Mansdorfer back there. I think they might have done a little read option there, which really hasn't been utilized today. They've kind of, I mean, Lucero, such a big injury, you know, he's kind of just... Roper's been back there. The game plan has just been like give it to Roper and hope what happens.
3rd and 6. Another little read, and Roper is dropped all the way back 7 yards, and man, Palmer Ridge is teeing off, and Roper, you got a feel for him. He's had a great season, but he has just had no time, no room, and now he's hobbling off the field.
Yeah, this is kind of a little sad sight to see, you know, Roper just getting the ball every time and just getting mutilated in the backfield back there. But as we've said, he's been extremely great this year, especially this postseason. But today, this Palmer Ridge defense has just been so consistent, so good out there.
Well, Castine now standing on his own goal line. He'll take it, punt it away. This one kind of sidewinder, and it's fielded fair caught in Erie territory at the 43. And now at this point, it's just kind of a parade of celebration for Palmer Ridge as the Tigers down to their last few minutes here for some of these seniors, and we'll kind of mention them by name here as this broadcast goes on. The good news for Erie, a fairly young team. It's the junior, sophomore, and freshman classes for Erie that are really outstanding, but the same can be said for Palmer Ridge. I mean, you're looking at a real powerhouse contender here for Palmer Ridge.
Yeah, absolutely. They've had an extremely great year this year. You know, unless something miraculous happened, they're going to go undefeated and win the title. But Ty Evans, also Anthony Robertson, he has really impressed me today, and he's only a sophomore too, starting on varsity and making an impact.
2nd and 1 here for Palmer Ridge. Play action. They're still going to the air. The deep ball down the sideline. It's caught down inside the 2, and Palmer Ridge starting to pour it on down. That was once again an outstanding throw by Evans.
That was an outstanding throw, and what a catch too by I think it was McClellan, number 1 down there to get it. Also a senior who, well, sorry, no, actually Evans is a junior, but.
First and goal for Palmer Ridge at the Erie 3. Handoff left side, not much running room, and roll gets stacked up and will be slammed to the turf backward. I think a loss of actually a yard on the play as Nathan Hackney got in there.
Looks like a loss of a yard on the play.
Well, this will be the last game for Zach Reese. This was his first year playing football in high school, and he's worked his way into the starting lineup. Jacob Mansdorfer, who has been an emotional leader for this Tiger team. Alex Mathis, who we will see playing basketball, but an outstanding receiver and corner for this Tiger team as Evans takes the snap and a penalty flag. Nope, maybe just a timeout here. Taken as the play clock was winding down, and it is a timeout. We'll stick right here. Jackson Walker, a senior defensive back. Trevor Harris, who will wrestle for the Tigers. Miles Holland, who is kind of the linebacker type. He's been injured all year, and so Gianni Villada, the starting left guard for the Tigers. Max Parr, he's also been hurt all year. One of the seniors. Cameron Marcucci, a nose guard and offensive tackle for the Tigers. His football career will certainly not end today, as I think we'll see him probably at a school like Mesa State, Western State, Fort Lewis, a school like that here in the very near future. Wyatt Smith, who played football for the first time this year, played a lot last week. Alan Lovato, Jaden Gilmore, the starting outside linebacker and kind of receiver for the Tigers. Those are the seniors that will be moving on here for Erie, and they've certainly had a good finish to their career, making all the way to state championship game. Handoff to roll right side, and he angles it down toward the goal line, and then was just kind of grabbed around the ankle and stopped a yard short. It'll be 3rd and goal with 3:19 left here in the 4th.
Yeah, you know, it's been a little sad to see these guys go in this way, but absolutely successful careers. All these guys, I know, they just put everything out there on the field. And even if they're not playing, you know, they're emotional leaders. They're supporting their teammates, being positive on the bench and stuff, and even in this situation.
Still a lot returning for the Tigers. They'll return most of their offensive line. As we said, the younger guys, the freshman class, the sophomore class, they are really good for Erie as Evans runs play action, boots. Gilmore couldn't quite chase him down from behind, and Evans runs into the end zone for another Palmer Ridge touchdown. It's now 45-21.
Yeah, you know, another score here for Palmer Ridge. Kind of just one of the many nails in the coffin to the end of this game right here.
Well, it's been a fun season, Alex. I know, obviously, you're a senior, and there's going to be a lot of disappointment among the Erie students, Erie players. Tears, the season ends in tears for almost every team across the state. It won't be any different here today for the Tigers. Really got to take your hats off to this Palmer Ridge program. They look well coached. They've got a lot of talent on both sides of the ball, and got to be pretty happy for them as they have really shown to be a formidable foe here today.
You know, you're absolutely right about that. I think all props should be given to Palmer Ridge. They have played pretty much flawless throughout today's game. They had a few miscues in the first half that gave the Tigers points, but that doesn't really matter. And to Coach Tom Pulford, I think I remember seeing that when he took over this program, they were 2-8, and to just see this relatively new school come out here in their first state championship and win over Erie like this is really big. Like, they are definitely someone to be, or a force to be reckoned with.
By the way, there are 42 schools in 3A. In case you're wondering, next year is going to be an interesting year. As we said, the Tigers return a lot. Palmer Ridge turns a lot. We've heard that Pueblo South is dropping down to 3A, and, well, the Colts just won the 4A state title, so they're going to be difficult to handle. And I believe it is Berthoud that might be dropping down to 2A from Erie's own conference, and I don't remember which team is coming. We'll find all that out more next year. Enrollment, by the way, for 3A is between 710 and 1,200, so Erie really starting to toe the line at about 1,100 kids. In case you're wondering, Palmer Ridge, this team out of the, I'm looking it over here, and oh, there we go, the East Metro League. They're at 1146, so they're one of the biggest schools in 3A, along with Silver Creek, who is the biggest school in 3A. Them and Mitchell both have enrollments of over 1,200. be interesting to see how things kind of shake up across the 3A football landscape. But, man, got to be proud of the season that these Tigers have had.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they've had a great season. You know, last year they went 5-5 and did make the playoffs, but they lost in that first round to Pueblo East, who eventually went on to win the title. But this year has been such a huge improvement with only 3 losses, including today. They've had such a successful season.
By the way, handoff to Wingfield. He'll cut it back across the 30, the 40. This is the longest play of the day for the Tigers, and finally knocked out of bounds. Actually, I'm not quite sure if that was Wingfield. That was, and I got to go deep into the roster. The Tigers have put out the youngsters, and that's Preston Van Landingham. That's what Grayson Blaylock says. There's actually no 21 listed on the Max Preps roster, not on our roster. Looking on the, and it is Van Landingham according to the program roster. Program roster doesn't have any heights, weights, or years listed. And there is a penalty. It's on Erie. It's going to back them up. But that was the best run of the day there for the Tigers.
Yeah, they, you know, although it's considered to be garbage time right now, you know, you still want to see your guys who are coming out next year, you know, try to get something on this Palmer Ridge team, you know, give them some confidence going into the offseason.
Tigers came out in the second half. They got the 3-and-out. They scored, and it felt like when it was 26-21, they were right there, and then Palmer Ridge just exploded. New quarterback also in there for the Tigers trying to make out the number. I think that might actually just be Mansdorfer, and it is. And so the handoff to Van Landingham goes nowhere, and it'll be 2nd and 10. 2:20 remaining here in this one. Thank you so much, fans, all season long for following the Erie Tiger Network. We're sorry that it's kind of ending on a down note, but for any Palmer Ridge fans listening, congrats to your team. An outstanding performance today from the Bears, and man, they are real loaded for next year. A lot of sophomore contributors. Ty Evans will be back, and I expect to see this Palmer Ridge team in the mix next year as well. I know certainly the Tri-Valley, as there goes Van Landingham across the 40 up to the 41, a pickup of 6. They're on 2nd down. That'll bring up 3rd and 4, under a minute 40 left. It's going to be interesting next year in the Tri-Valley. You got to figure that Holy Family will bounce back. Meade still going to be, I think, a solid program. And that is not fun to play up in the Tri-Valley. Roosevelt, always good. But Erie now certainly has shown that they're going to be a force in the Tri-Valley, hopefully for years to come. Fumbled snap by Mansdorfer. Van Landingham falls on it 6 yards back, and that'll bring up 4th down at the 35. A minute 8 remaining here, standing between Palmer Ridge and their first ever state championship.
Real unfortunate for Erie. It's their only 3rd appearance, but in the recent times at least. But lost the last 2. Last win coming in 1997. But you know, this is motivation for next year's Erie's team. I am fully capable. Like, I think that they can make it back here next year. They have some excellent playmakers coming back, including Roper. But yeah.
Erie will punt it down to the 32. Nate Hackney shaking the hand of the punt returner there. Tigers accepting defeat graciously so here. And the Palmer Ridge fans, they're getting stirred up down there. We've lost our field mic as we've sent Will Rathie back up to our booth. And this is about to be the end here of football season. I think one more snap ought to do it as Palmer Ridge in victory formation. Ball at the 34. We're just waiting for the final snap of the game. And there it is. And Palmer Ridge is your 3A state champions. And the fans going wild. And what a season it's been for both these programs, and especially so here for Palmer Ridge today.
Yeah, you know, they like I said before, they played great start to finish. They came right out of the gate, and then their first play of the game was actually a touchdown to Robertson. You know, Ty Evans kind of burned us early, and he never really stopped, and they had been capitalizing. I think one of the key points in this game is the Tigers' miscue at the end of the first half. I mean, it really just killed us in the end because we had just given up a touchdown and then gave up another touchdown, and the momentum was just completely swiped.
Well, I think that's going to do it for us here. I don't think a lot of Erie fans, anyways, will be wanting to listen to post-game recap. We brought Will Rathie up, so no post-game interview. Once again, congrats to the Palmer Ridge Bears, a school in Monument, Colorado. And Monument today is title town here in Colorado. So congrats to them. Special thanks to all of our kids across the Erie Tiger Network who have helped us all season long, but especially so with Will Rathie, who was down on the field doing sideline reporting and housing our field mic today. TJ Barksdale, he was our social media coordinator and our quasi-spotter here today, at least as best he could without binoculars. Sam Arona on stats, and Alex Van Brockland doing color. For all of them, I'm Brandon Bird. One more time, final in this one. It's the Bears 46, the Tigers 21. That'll do it here for our football season. We'll see you for our next broadcast. It's the band concert next week here on the Erie Tiger Network.